Hey, Mick, if you've got your headphones on, can you give us a thumbs up that you can hear? Thanks, mate. Good afternoon and welcome to the Gippsland Sports Stream Live AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz Mental Health Round. It's round 7. It's all thanks to Willaton Transport for the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League. And it is a big game out here at Rosedale this afternoon between two sides that are really fighting for that 5th position coming into round 7 today. And Rosedale got their first entry inside the 5 last week with their big win over Churchill by 46 points, and they have held they hold down that 5th spot now. With Sale City losing that 5th spot, they went down to 7th spot after losing by 10 goals to TTU. It is the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz Mental Health Around, and this is the Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue and the pre-game show thanks to them. And they got the big day on June 20th at the Kernot Hall in Morwell. Grab your tickets online at LBEBBQ.com.au and make sure that you are tuned in all afternoon, because if you are viewing and listening and got a pen and paper, and note down the 3 sponsors of the player of the day, the goal of the day, the mark of the day, and who wins those awards today, you will go in the running for 3 tickets, 3 double tickets valued at $300 to the big day at the Latrobe's biggest ever barbecue. And what a day that's going to be. It's on between 11 a.m. and 4:30. All inclusive. Drinks, food, entertainment. It's hosted by Tom Seagate, a very, very funny man, the suburban footballer, with guest speakers Razor Ray Chamberlain, comedians Brad Oakes and Arj Barker. The winners will be announced live on the Sports Stream live stream game of the day, round 9, on Saturday, June 14th. So the next 2 weeks you've got to do it. Rounds 7 and 8. Next week we're out at Cowar as they take on Glengarry, and we'll have more about that as the day goes on. This is the Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue, and it is time to welcome my great mate, Big Matty Mosley.
Good afternoon, Brad. How are we going?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good.
You're on about 4th hot dog. You don't like hot dogs.
Oh.
I've only just learnt that your son Zane loves them. He's on his 5th.
Yeah, he loves his hot dogs.
You don't like hot dogs?
Nah, more of a pie.
Are you? Yeah, I like me pies, but I'll have a crack at a hot dog. Don't worry about that. Hey, this has got a lot of ramifications, this one today, mate.
It does. That top 5, very important.
And we're going to catch up with a chat soon in the Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue pre-game show with Matt Runnels, who's the CEO and founder of Mindful Oz. And this is the mental health round. So we have a chat with him, and it's a great interview. He is an incredible man. I've got to say, when I do these interviews that I do, sometimes there's a fair bit of editing to do.
Yep.
And if you've got I always say by 3. If you've got a 10-minute interview, it's usually a 30-minute edit. A lot of people don't understand that. They just think it's raw and that's it. Yeah. Well, there's usually 3 times. I've always found if I do a 5-minute interview, it takes me 15 minutes to edit. It was a 10.5-minute interview, and it took me 30 seconds to edit, and that was me, not him. He just speaks so fluently. He's an absolute ripper, and he was getting on a flight to go to Brisbane as we caught up Thursday morning. It was about 8 o'clock in the morning. We had this chat. He was getting I think it was a 9 o'clock flight out to Brisbane. So the bloke's just an absolute ripper, and he does so much in this mental health space. And his message is he more or less got sick of going to mates' funerals and sitting up in the back row of a funeral.
Yep.
And that's why he started this in 2016.
Make the change.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's so prevalent now, isn't it? Mental health problems, people with mental health.
It's everywhere.
Has it touched you with people you know? Or?
Not directly, but I do know a lot of people around that have these type of issues going around, and yeah, it's something that I don't want to deal with.
No.
So
I never had to personally, but I can tell you, I reckon I would have, that I know of, at least 15 close friends or family that are affected by mental health.
Yep.
So it is a lot more prevalent than what people think. And so we'll catch up with him soon. How was your week, first of all? Oh, before we go on,
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask you that in a minute, because our great friends, the Player of the Day award is the Crown Hotel Player of the Day. And let me just tell you how they went at the Australian Hoteliers Association Victorian State Awards for excellence during the week.
Yep.
They were a finalist in the Palmer of the Year, Best Casual Dining, Best Sports Bar, Best Refurbished Venue Space, and an Emerging Leader of the Year. Finalist was Emma. They were the overall Hotel of the Year, Regional Best Pub Bar. They won it. The Crown Hotel in Traralgon. Now, you just got out there during the week and had a bang.
I did, and I didn't know this was going to happen, but I actually went there on Wednesday for a counter meal at lunchtime at work, and
They look pretty happy, Matty.
oh, they've got a fantastic setup there. I was surprised at actually how good it is. So if you're not doing much in Traralgon, go in and get a feed.
What'd you have?
I had the Hellfire Burger.
Did they have hot dogs?
They did. It was like a spicy cheese
I
type
think
thing.
Zane's shaking his head. He wants to go there after the game.
Yeah.
You get there after the game and get a hot dog into you. So good venue, yeah.
Magnificent.
You said off air earlier about the sports bar.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
Awesome. I can't knock it at all. And the TV on it is humongous. It's the biggest TV I've ever seen. Yeah, I was watching the basketball there at lunchtime and it was great.
Didn't go there last night to watch the Tigers get beat?
No, we don't talk about the Tigers.
Okay. I've got to say that was probably, I turned it off at half time. Probably the worst game of footy I've seen in a long while. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, it's a bunch of kids playing a team against pretenders, I think.
I would have rather put pins in the eyes.
That's a Carlton supporter there.
It was so hard to watch.
It is.
It really was the other. Oh, Carlton, don't worry. I turned off at half time and a lot of the, as I said to your fair before, I'm so glad Carlton's playing right now as we're speaking because I don't have to watch it.
Yeah, that's right.
They've been so tough to watch this year at times. I think it's the inconsistency that our sides give us that frustrate us.
It's the hope.
Yeah.
That's the hope, and you don't get it.
Yeah.
So, but I'm happy with Richmond. They got the premiership, so I'm happy to have a bit of downtime and rebuild again.
This is the Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue pre-game show. It's AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round today. This game today, we'll go through that soon. What we might do is, because it is the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round, let's have a listen to Matt Runnels, who I caught up with, as I said earlier, on Thursday morning it was. He was flying out to Brisbane. This guy has an incredible energy levels, and it was a great interview. Loved catching up with him. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you, mate. Thanks for having me, and thanks for starting these conversations.
Yeah, it's been a journey for you. 2016, as a young 24-year-old, you got Mindful Oz off the ground, and I reckon you'd be surprised where it is today.
100%, mate. I was just a plumber, put my head under sinks trying to fix taps and thinking, what could I do in this space, having sat up the back of too many funerals and bit down on the mouth guard as such, and thought, if someone needs to be doing it and doing it in a way that's relatable, but I've never seen that it would get to this space. And obviously, I think the secret sauce in all of that is just being real and being authentic, and doing things in a way that makes people sit up and want to play ball. So I'm hoping that there's plenty more of it to be done, and yeah, very grateful and blessed for the opportunities that people provide us to make a difference. And it's been really exciting to see how many people are really on the front foot now and being proactive about it. So we're happy to play that role as much as we can in our community.
So it's the AGL Mindful Oz, AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz North Gippy mental health round this weekend. Quite topical with what happened with Adam Selwood last week.
Yeah, it is, mate. It's devastating, and that we read that one because it's in the papers, but this stuff is happening every day. As they run out on the weekend and the two senior teams clash, it's two senior teams of people we lose consistently every week. So, 82% of the suicides, unfortunately, in Gippsland are men, and that's not to take away from the netball and that as well. It's super important as well. But these conversations need to be had, and we're grateful that AGL Loyang is a big supporter of us and this work, and the North Gippsland Football League and Netball League has been really proactive about it, and the clubs have been on the front foot. So we just hope to continue these conversations, make some noise, continue to deliver education and provide the resources where possible.
So with what you do, how important are the roles that sporting clubs play in this?
Super important, and that's, I guess, why we chose to play in those areas. football clubs and netball clubs are a sense of belonging and connection for a lot of people that you won't find in other places in the world. And only people who play sport will understand that. I mean, they're at our escape from realities and challenges a lot of the time, but a place where we feel safe. And it's in those places that we need to start ingraining these conversations and this education so that people feel comfortable and safe of a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Saturday where they know they've got three times at least through the week where they can share. Not a lot of people have that place inside their own home, or, you know, luckily if they do. But to have a place of a Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday where you know people are there, where you know you can talk about this stuff, where you can get things up off your chest, will go a long way to changing the way that this looks and feels.
You say 82% of people that commit suicide are men in Gippsland. Now, I look at that. Do you think there's still a vast majority that stay silent and don't come forward? Because men are really historically like that.
Yeah, 100%. I think, you know, I'm in a privy position here where I get to see it every single day. And, you know, you step inside a football club walls or a netball club walls and things like that. And, you know, you start a conversation and the emotion comes to the forefront. And there's not too many people that I meet who don't have an understanding or an experience of this stuff. So it's just about, again, just having that conversation and getting people to feel comfortable, to get it up and off their chest and understand it. It's not that anyone doesn't want to talk about these things. That's a myth. That's a misconception. What it is we don't know how to articulate it because we've never been taught. So it's hard to talk about something that you don't really understand. And there's not enough safe spaces that make people feel what they need to feel in order to get it up and off their chest and feel understood in that. So, as I said, education's a big part of that. But back to what you said, there's so many people that are silent about it. But I think over the last 2-3 years, through good education and grassroots level organisations that are engaging and fun and relatable, we're seeing a lot of people that are starting to take onus for what they feel, talk about it in all of its truths, and get that access to help and support that they might need, or wrangle with it themselves. And that's obviously a strategy that we encourage as well.
So everywhere I look, I see these words: open and honest conversation. Is that the key?
100%, but it's easier said than done. We are notoriously not good at being listeners. We've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, but unfortunately, we use our mouth more than we do our ears.
Yeah.
And when we use our ears and hold a space, and I mean, silence is bliss. Silence will be filled by people. So the more that we can let people talk, the more they're getting that thought, feeling, emotion up off their chest. You know, 91% of what we think about today is the same again tomorrow. So if we're having a shit time today, there's more than likely we're going to have a shit time tomorrow unless we talk about it. So that's what we've got to do, is hold space for people to get these things up and off their chest, but not try to fix, heal, or problem solve them, but just hold a space that feels safe to acknowledge them, to see them, to value them, and to try to your best to understand them.
So empathy's a big thing.
Huge. Massive difference between sympathy and empathy. Sympathy's that I've got a huge heart, but I'm not willing to show it. Sympathy's also that I'm going to stay in my own emotional bubble where it feels safe. And sympathy doesn't get us anywhere. It's empathy where we step out of our own emotional bubble, get into theirs, give up the time, be present to the person. And we do that with consistency, we see great results. And we've been seeing that for a long time here at Mindful Oz.
So do we as people have a responsibility and accountability for our own mental health? I see you're an author of a great book, Nobody Can Save Me. Is it up to us?
It is, mate. And hence the title of the book. It's provocative, I know, but Nobody Can Save Me is the truth. You can have all the best support in the world, and we need it. And it's great and it's vital to get the wheels turning. But, you know, same as school, you can have all the best teachers telling you whatever you need to know for 12 months. But at the end of the day, you're the only one that can pick up the pen and write the exam paper. And that's the same with our own mental health. You've got to be doing stuff for yourself. And, you know, sometimes we think it's this big, hard to achieve goal, but it's not. It's a small process of little things and the discipline and consistency that goes with it that builds the emotional muscle. And just like we go into the gym, we see the physical ones, or we go to football training, improve our skills. It's the same. We've got to work on our brain and work on our mind and strengthen that emotional muscle so that we're resilient when the time comes, but also so we know that we've got the gratification for knowing we can navigate these tricky things as we encounter them. The world is going to continue to throw us challenges. We're going to continue to hurt. That's part of life. It's not easy, but it is simple. And it's simple when we put the same time and effort into ourselves as we do to anything else.
When you talk about that, we know the physical side of things, and we go and fix that, like in a gym and so forth. I'm a 61-year-old guy, so back in the day when your physical health was compromised, you simply went to a GP. There was nowhere where you went for your mental health. You didn't even think about your mental health. That has changed so much particularly the last 10 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And Gippsland, and I'm fortunate enough to travel the world doing this work. But the reason I love what we're doing here in Australia is we have some of the best advocates, best organisations, and the best support in the world. I truly believe that, and that's why we're booked all around the world to do what we do. But we need to access it, and we need to reach into it, but we also need to make people aware of what exists to them. I think that's a really tricky thing for a lot of people to navigate when they identify that they might need some support. And the more that we can tell our stories, the more that people can share what worked for them, the easier this will become for the next people coming through. And that's the aim of what we do, is to not sit on these challenges and problems that we've been through or overcome. It's to share them with others so that we can prevent other people from having to navigate it, and feel all alone in it. So, yeah, we're very resourced in this country, but at the same time, there's a lot of waiting lines for professional services. So there is a need to do those small scale distraction techniques and strategies and self-care practices to ensure that we can get the cogs turning, in between accessing that professional help.
If there's someone out there listening now or at the North Gippsland footy today that is struggling, what's your advice on the first thing that they should do if once they say to themselves, gee, I am struggling?
Yeah, for me, it's the awareness and understanding piece. So for me, to anyone listening to this that is struggling, just know that everything that you are going through, the overwhelm, setbacks, the challenges, the adversity, the pain, the discomfort, is all adding up to you being a better version of you, and to run towards it, not run away from it. So the more that we can get those thoughts, feelings, emotions up and off our chest, find the people that you can trust, find the people that make you feel safe. If you're struggling to find those people, know that you can reach into Mindful Oz, and there's other great organisations in the area. We've got Better Mental in Traff. You've got Lifeline in Morwell. You've got all of these different places, and I could keep going with a huge list of them. But really, it's on the reflection piece. The more reflective we are, the more effective we are. Know that there's nothing weak about speaking up and seeking help, but make sure that you seek help and get the support of people that you feel comfortable with and that you feel you can trust, and you'll have a better result. And know that if you don't get the access to the right support in the first time, just know that not everybody wears the same pants, the same size, and walks the same way. So just know that there's another size and pair out there that'll look better and fit better and feel better on you.
Unbelievably wise words. Also, where we live in an internet world, just click onto mindfuloz.org and there's a plethora of information there on that website. Matt Runnels, the CEO and founder of Mindful Oz, mate, I cannot thank you enough for what you do in this space, not only in Gippsland, in Australia, around the world, and today in the North Gippsland Football Netball League, its mental health round. Thank you very much for joining us. I know you're a busy man, and hopefully this is only a 10-minute chat. One day I'd love to have a chat with you further and speak further on it. It's a great thing that you do.
Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. And likewise, we're very grateful to yourself, very grateful to the North Gippy Football League, and especially AGL. That they really care about this stuff, and we're grateful and blessed to be a part of this round. And all the clubs have been really great with it, and I hope we can continue to do that, whether that's with Mindful Oz or anyone else. Let's just make sure we keep the conversations going.
That was Matt Runnels, the CEO and founder of Mindful Oz. And Big Matty, what a ripping guy he is.
Yeah, you were just telling me about how he travels around the world as well.
Hey,
he's doing great things.
He's doing great things, and all because he just got wind of, he just thought that he was going to too many funerals.
Yep.
And it's got huge.
Yeah.
What started off as an idea is absolutely huge. It is the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz Mental Health Round, all thanks to Willaton Transport. This is the Latrobe's biggest ever blokes barbecue pre-game show. Don't forget, you've got to listen who's the player of the day, the goal of the day, the mark of the day. And I'll tell you now, the sponsors, the player of the day is our great friends out at Crown Hotel, who won the Victoria's regional pub during the week. Goal of the day is Finch Cafe. You won't get a bit of calamari. I'm giving you the tip. And the mark of the day is the Gippsland Land Rover, and one of our board members, and actually a Rosedale boy, Brendan Garrett. He drives around about 6 of them out at
just a couple.
Tarralgon East there. He drives through, and I wonder if he pays for his petrol. The big Gippsland Land Rover, what are they, a lazy 140 grand, aren't they?
At best.
Are they? Really? Jeez, I'm driving around a dirty old RAV4. Yes, so make sure we will give you the winners at the end of the day, of the player of the day, thanks to Crown Hotel, the Finch Cafe goal of the day, and the Gippsland Land Rover mark of the day. And you've got to remember who they are, the sponsors. Get it off to email it to me, Brad at sportstreamlive.com.au. No later than midday on Monday over the next 2 weeks, rounds 7 and 8, and you'll win 3 double tickets valued at $300 to the Latrobe's biggest ever barbecue, Bloke's Barbecue, on the 20th of June on a Friday between 11 and 4:30, and you'll be on the Sports Stream Live table.
What a table to be on.
Oh, you're not going to misbehave, are you, like the last function we went to?
Never.
Had to drag you out. God almighty. So it'd be a big day. It will be a big day.
Yeah, be a good laugh.
Oh, Tom Seagate, what a funny man. Razor Ray Chamberlain, I'll tell you what, with the umpire that's on the run from fraudulent charges.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Lazy $9 million.
Yes.
Won't he get a run in that function? There'll be a lot of questions about that.
Well, I've heard the Western Bulldogs are very lucky to win that premiership.
17 free kicks.
Yep.
More.
Yes.
On the day. And he was umpiring.
You would have to wonder.
Razor would have umpired with him, no doubt. We're going to line up here the two sides for the AGL Lawyering and Mindful Oz Mental Health round. There will be some awards at the end of the day to players in both football and netball. We had a little bit of trouble with netball scores last week. And the Netball Connect was down as the Sale City netballers come out now to join everyone else. So we will, looks like they're back on board today. Hey, just whilst this is going on, Matty, other games today.
Yep.
Glengarry sitting 6th at home to Hayfield sitting 2nd. Big game, this one.
It is.
Glengarry.
We need to get a bit of a barometer where Glengarry at.
They can go on the 5 today. I've always said, if you're thereabouts, if you can have your percentage up around that 100, you'll be okay.
That's a good indicator.
They're smack bang right on 100 at the moment.
Yep.
Woodside sitting 3rd, take on Gormandale sitting 11th. That should be an easy win, you would think, for the Cats.
Yes, you would think so, quite comfortably.
This is a beauty, the next one. TTU at home to Yallourn North. Now, Yallourn North went down to Woodside last week. Now they come up against the Premier. So 2 grand finalists in 2 weeks. Can they get it done over there?
I think they've got the capabilities. I just think they're coughing and spluttering a little bit at the moment, Yallourn North. I wouldn't be too worried, but yeah, I don't think today is the day for them.
Of course, this one here, the Rosedale, this is the match of the round in ramifications for the latter, no doubt. Rosedale sitting 5th, take on the 6th place Sale City. And I've got to say, we'll go through the sides later, but we will talk about some ins for Sale City, which is really good for them at last to get a few back. So it'll be a good game, this one.
Yep.
You're going Rosedale, as I am, but I'll tell you what, when we go through the sides, I'm nearly going to, we do have the ability to switch. And
we've both thought the same thing.
Pretty close to switching. We've gone different in the next one. Yarram sitting 8th, take on the 10th place Churchill. And Yarram have their problems at the moment. And they've, from 4th position a few weeks ago, they've now gone down to 8th. You've gone Yarram, I've gone Churchill on the road travel up over the hill.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, if Churchill get the win today, alarm bells are going off at Yarram tonight.
Yeah. So some big games today, there's no doubt about that, in the AGL Lawyering and Mindful Oz Mental Health round. As they disperse now, the two teams. So let's have a look at the teams.
Yep.
And first of all, let's have a look at the home side, Rosedale. And they have a couple of ins. They have McDonald and Spears coming into the side, and out goes Sellings and McConnell. McConnell's a big out for the home team.
He is. He's a big out, but I still think they've got a lot of ammunition in the sides with Barnett and Fox. I like the Diamond boys on the back flank with Driscoll as well. So they've still got a lot of positives in the Rosedale side.
McDonald's a little bit underdone. They're going to play him straight into the midfield by the looks of things. I thought he might have started on the interchange, but there are a couple of jumper changes, number changes, and that will take you them throughout the day as we go. And there might be a little bit of a change in that side positionally as well, but that is definitely your 22. So let's have a look at Sale City. They have some massive ins here.
Yeah, very good.
Kane Martin, Troy Carstairs and Declan Carstairs and Joel Gray come into that side. They lose Lindray. Flynn Reid is a big loss because he's been kicking goals for them of late. Larardi and Green are out. But Martin on that half-forward flank is a big in for Sale City.
Oh, if that swooping left foot he has, if he's on a wing and you're a forward, you'd be licking your lips. And we know how smart Troy Carstairs is. We watched him the other week. He was absolutely superb. He'll really suck you right up into like a honeypot, and then he'll run right back out. So he's a really smart footballer.
They only kicked 4 goals in their 10-goal loss to TTU last week, but with Martin and the 2 Carstairs, there's half a new forward line this week. And if they're not a 5 to 6 goal difference, when we called them earlier in the year, they didn't have Shoe back that day.
Yep.
He goes back. He'll play the same flank as Martin, no doubt.
Yep, and he's a left footer as well.
He's a left footer as well. If he's coming off that flank, hitting up Carstairs and then Martin at the front of the pack, this is a big difference. I have gone Rosedale, but gee, I'm telling you now, would not surprise me if Sale City get up today. Good conditions too. Yep. So they're the sides for this afternoon. And they're not long away from a start here for the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round. And this is the Latrobe's biggest ever blokes barbecue pre-game show. So it will be interesting on what happens. And I can tell you that Sale City are kicking right of screen and Rosedale will go left of screen. And the wind is picking up here too, Matty, so that's going to play a big part in it. I think disposal by foot is going to be hugely important. The other thing is what we seen last week, the coach for Rosedale, Driscoll, he just intercept marks after intercept marks. And I think Troy Carstairs has to be very, very accountable on him if it is him that goes to him, or does he send someone else to him?
Well, you're correct. Carstairs is on him.
Yep.
But he'll give Carstairs no respect. So he's got to get busy.
Yep. Yeah, he cannot allow him, Carstairs can't allow Driscoll to just pick off intercept mark after intercept mark.
Sale City have the win the first quarter, so he's really going to drop back, Driscoll. So, but I'm interested in the ruck battle too with Harper Fox against McGuinness in the ruck. That's going to be a ripper.
Yeah, it will be. The Fox boys were good last week again, as they have been all year. The other thing we've got to look out for too today is Rosedale's midfielder Blake Safstrom playing against his old side.
Bit of blood.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know, but it'd be interesting to see. There'll be a little bit of argy-bargy as we seen last night with the Cats and the Bulldogs.
Yep.
With Mr. Smith, and he gave him a nice old bang at the end of the game with the reporter again. Did it a few weeks ago.
He's done it a few times, hasn't he?
He has. He won't let go. So we're just about to get underway here in a game for 5th spot in the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round. Fox wins the tap. Comes out to Barnett. Declan Barnett, so good last week in a 3-goal game. Played really well. And we'll get a stoppage again, still in the middle of the ground.
As it is every week, Brad.
It is. So looks like Schubeck's gone to Attlee, I think, as that tap's won by McGuinness, gets it out wide. Smith. Austin Waugh, I liked his game a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yep. As he picks himself up last. And it looks like he might have gone to Caleb Barnett. He wins it, then he's tackled without it by Caleb Barnett, so he'll take the free kick here, Austin Waugh. Good young kid. As a player on the outside, gives it to Schubeck. That's who you want. The hands off, running off half back on the left foot, inside 50, gets to the front. There is Driscoll, mopping up already, comes to the outer side of the ground and finds the boundary line. He was looking for Spears, who plays his first game in a few weeks for the Rosedale side. So the ball's on the outer side of the ground. With the boundary throw in, centre wing position. They dive across it. We'll get a restart again. Minute and a half into this first quarter. In the Willaton Transport match of the round, McGuinness gets a tap out wide. Smith is there. Ball gets fed out from Attlee in the 82 today. which is the mental health round number. Both captains wearing the 82, Riley Attlee for Rosedale, and Lachlan Carman that comes back into the side.
There's 50.
50-metre penalty. There's a few of them last week, and Rosedale were on the other end of them.
I'll take this one early.
Yes, so they might be a bit shocked by that. So it's Attlee, centre wing position. Lowers up some eyes. They go inside for their first entry inside 50, bouncing ball towards goal, and just chopped off well then by Benson. And it'll be, of course, Shoeback that'll bring the ball back into play. He's got one of the best foots in the game, that's for sure. Attlee, tackled, gets his handball away. Oh, the umpire says incorrect disposal. So we'll go to Sale City. It was Whitehill. Geez, he was good a few weeks ago in the game we called. There is Safstrom. It's going to come back to him. He's tackled quickly. They know his strengths as Carman. Gets the handball out for Sale City. Umpire blows his whistle. Free kick's going to go the way of Sale City. Still in their defensive half. They want the outer wing. Looking for Benson. Gets out over his head, but gets a lovely bounce and runs away from Edney. Low ball up towards Martin. Just niggles his player Stuckey underneath the ball, then toe pokes it inside.
Oh, here we go.
What a beautiful pickup from Carstairs. Runs into the open goal.
Deserved a goal.
And misses to the left.
How old is he again? The way he just bends down, picks the ball up.
He mustn't have hamstrings. So it's one behind a piece. They go inside, drop mark. Rosedale still inside their defensive 50. They'll get it outside now through Paulie. Good mark. So they still have it on the broadcast side of the ground. Rosedale through the agency of Heathcote. Goes backwards. They do this a lot. Caleb Barnett finds Paulie. Did this very well against Churchill last week at Gaskin Park. Has Jay Diamond on the outer side. Marks in front of Kane Martin. Driscoll runs past, gives the handball, gets it back. That's the handball Carstairs got to be there for, Matty, to chop off.
Yep.
Just can't allow Driscoll to run off.
Yeah, he gave him 4 or 5 metres. It was too far.
So the umpire will bounce this out of wing position early in the first quarter. A behind a piece. They go to ground.
What would you do with Driscoll if you're Carstairs? Would you try and drag him as deep as you can?
Yeah.
Because you can see he's giving him no respect.
I can tell you, there's been about 6 jumper changes for Rosedale, and they've failed to give us another one.
Who have we got?
Number 19 for Rosedale. So, but it's very hard to look up the tagger because what happens, they're in the mental health round jumper, so hopefully we get that sent through to us from Matt Smith of Rosedale soon, and whoever is in the 19 Guernsey. McGuinness gets it back. McCulloch can't take it. He does it on the second go. Shoeback back to McCulloch. Goes short. Ball goes out of bounds. In between wing and half forward for Sale City, out of side of the ground. 5.5 gone. First quarter. McGuinness and Fox. Gets out over the back. Whitehill's looking dangerous already, but he's taken Barnett high here, and Barnett will be the recipient of that free kick. He wants to go up the line, out of sight of the ground, and pulls the kick back inboard.
They might have Driscoll to worry about in the back line for Sale City, but Rosedale have an issue with Jacob Shoeback. He ain't picking up anyone either. Just leading the way, just setting them all up. Number 1 there for Sale City.
Looks like that it's Jackson Bruce that's going to him, sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
And then goes to the contest and allows Shoeback to get out the back here.
Yep.
Oh, just thrown out the back there by Benson. Not paid. Comes out to Safstrom. Geez, wouldn't he like to kick one early against his old side? And he has. The first of the day.
Into the wind as well.
Goes to Blake Safstrom. And Rosedale going to 117. Look at that. He's got a beautiful left foot, hasn't he?
Yep.
Sale City just the one behind. 7 minutes gone on the Hurricane Hire scoreboard, first quarter. I reckon Berry had a few jumper changes. He went from 14 to 7, and I reckon he might be the 19. If you can't find a 7 on the ground, that's Hayden Berry on that outer wing in 19 for Rosedale.
Little fella with gloves on.
Playing on Brodie Johnson on the outer wing. Kane Martin goes into the midfield now. Ooh, McGuinness had a handful of Harper Fox jumper there, not paid. And we'll get a restart again. You can hear through the effects mic that wind really picking up here at Rosedale. It is going towards the way Sale City is kicking left of screen. Comes out to McCulloch. Goes inside. There's Driscoll there, just lurking. Tapped along by Declan Carstairs. Just a game of volleyball on the outer side, and unable to get away cleanly was Lockie McDonald. And we'll have a ball in. Just around that half-forward flank for Sale City. A trial by a goal. Fox, intercept handball from Kane Martin. Left foot snap around the body. Boundary line, so we'll have a boundary throw in around 50 metres around from the Sale City goal. So Driscoll's got himself alone there, and Carstairs has been now picked up by McDonald in that back half. Kane Martin taps it out. He's going to go in after it again. Just wants to get back onto his left foot. He handballs it off to a teammate in War. High ball, not 15 play on.
Oh, well done.
He paid the mark. So Fox onto the left foot. Nice kick out of wing.
Oh, he spilled it.
So it's going to come back in towards the goal mouth. Bouncing ball chopped off by Stuckey. Oh, he's gone inboard with a grubber. It's going to come out to Whitehill. Gets around one, but left the ball behind him. War, right foot snap around, but it's not going to get the distance. Or it might get the distance and carry the boundary line. No, it's a behind to Sale City. So Stuckey wants the broadcast side of the ground. Goes to Lazaro. Long kick out towards the wing. Off the front of that pack. Safstrom. Whitehill. He's tackled. Had a long time. The umpire's pinged him.
We did speak to Shoeback the other week about Whitehill, and he does get caught a lot with the footy, but that's you've got to take that with the good and bad with Whitehill.
So Logan up towards 50. Coming out towards Carmen. Bounces off one, feeds it back to Shoeback, who has Sellings on the outer side.
Oh, they're
takes
set up
the mark.
well.
He'll go short. Nice kick.
Kane Martin.
Finds McCulloch. McCulloch short. Oh, he set it up on Martin's head, but he's good enough. As Caleb Barnett come in hard and then feeds it back to McCulloch, who tries to run through the Atley tackle. And he's pinged for holding the ball. It'll go to Caleb Barnett. I thought Atley laid the tackle. You go short to Atley. It's not going to get there. Just grub her along the ground.
Looks very sloppy there, the ground.
Does. Left foot up towards half forward. Shoeback with courage. Feeds it forward. Safstrom can't take it. Johnson can. Goes inside towards Carstairs. He taps it forward. But again, Safstrom mops up. Flick out over the back of the head there by Spears. The umpire's going to come in and ball that up. It's about 55 around from the Sale City goal. Only kicked the two behinds. And we're going nearly 12 minutes into this first quarter, and they have got the aid of a breeze. I just noticed limping off for Sale City was Caden McCulloch.
Probably from that contest before, you think?
Yeah, McGuinness wins the tap, but Fox does the sharking and gets it onto the right foot. Up towards the middle of the ground. Look for Shoeback just sharking on the outside here, waiting for it to come out, but it won't. We'll get a restart in the middle of the ground. McGuinness. Tapped it behind you, but no one really there. Geez, the tackling from both sides is ferocious at the moment.
Bit of feeling.
5-point lead to Rosedale, who hold 5th position. Martin lets it bounce and then grabs it. He can't touch it until it does bounce.
Is that a 7 there on Shoeback?
Yes, it is.
Don't have a 7.
So 7 and 9. So there's 8 changes to their jumpers, and 2 of them we haven't got. So they'll come back to go forward through Barnett with an absolute sparring ball to Heathcote. He can't mark it. Flipped out the back. Shoeback feeds it off. Does well under the tackle. Ends up in the hands of Carmen. High ball. It's going to have too much on it. Lazaro gets a nice bounce and comes back onto his left foot in front of Rand. Feeds it off. Jay Diamond wanted Logan. Logan goes back in on it. Carmen lays the tackle. Incorrect disposal. So, in fact, it was Sellings laying the tackle. Goes short. Nice kick. Good lead from Declan Carstairs. He's going to go short to Tolner. Out of wing position. Tolner. Atley gets it to ground. Bumped off it. High tackle, I think, here against Spears. We'll go to Sale City. That'll be Jason Reed. Oh, the kick's not great, but it gets there in the end to Tolner. He wheels around Heathcote onto the right foot. Sits it up. Oh, over the back. Couldn't take the mark in the end. Kane Martin gets a quick left foot to Carstairs. Walks into the open goal and goes bang.
And that's exactly what we were talking about before. Do we put Carstairs deep? And he went deep and he scored. He had to make Driscoll accountable and he wasn't there.
Yes. So, Rosedale 117. That kick of Martin's, he knew he was there.
Yep.
He had 2.
Yep.
And beautifully read. He had War there as well. So, Sale City hit the lead 1-2-8. They lead Rosedale 1-1-7, gone 15 minutes in the first quarter on the Hurricane Hire scoreboard. Good football from Sale City. Some of the kids in Tolner and Reed involved there as McGuinness wins the tap. Fed out the back. Inside 50 with a high ball. Logan.
Lovely kick.
It was. And that was off the boot of Rowan Diamond, who had a great game last week in their 46-point win over Churchill. So Logan will have to kick this 50 and into a bit of a stiff breeze.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough kick.
So you're the big forward. Would he want to keep that as low as possible and punch it?
Being the first one, I'll just try and...
Ooh,
that's a lovely kick.
That's come back a long way.
That was a lovely kick.
Wow.
That just shows how strong the breeze is.
Will Logan, what a great kick. Gets his first for the day. They go on to 2-1-13. They now lead Sale City 1-8. Nearly 16.5 gone first quarter. Hurricane High scoreboard. It was a great kick there of Rowan Diamond out of the middle. And, geez, he brought that back well from left to right. So we've dined in on that one,
Yeah.
Matty. Left to right.
Wow, and it really comes back. But like you said, what you asked, what would you do going for goal? You just sort of go with what you know and see how it pans out early on.
Sandeman in the ruck now for Sale City against Fox. Comes out to Rowan Diamond again. Gets the ball up towards half forward. Spears, tackled, gets a handball away, or took too long to get that handball away. Free kick will go to O'Shea, feeds it off to Shoeback. Shoeback, beautiful kick to Carstairs, who's looking dangerous already. Wheels around onto the right foot. Goes inside with a beautiful kick. You can't stop that, and finds Chad Evans.
He's a cut above at the moment. He's so smart. His skills are magnificent for a guy his age.
I've got to ask you, do they really need to close down on Shoeback running around off a stoppage or a free kick or mark getting that handball? Because this is going to happen time and time again, as Evans is going to miss a long way to the left here.
Yeah, you almost need to play a defensive forward on Shoeback.
You can't allow that to happen because the entry inside is always going to be pretty good.
Yeah, it's first class.
Stuckey plays on, takes a bounce inside, defensive 50,
He
goes to 50 and he's run too far.
And that's a great call.
Was it?
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing that again. I don't know if the umpire's seen him bounce it.
Oh, he did bounce it?
He did bounce it.
Okay.
So I don't know if the umpire's seen him bounce it. Because if you bounce it inside 15 and he was outside the 15 mark, he was still inside 50 when he unloaded the ball, he couldn't have run 15 mathematically.
And look who has the ball, Kane Martin. Probably one of the blokes you do not want to have the ball in hand.
If you said three of them, it'd be him, Carstairs and Shoeback.
Yep.
It's Kane Martin, but we said this early in the season. And he let us down a lot, but he's not let us down this time. Kane Martin on the board and takes Sale City to 2-3-15. They lead by 2 points. It's been 4 lead changes already.
He bounced literally at the
Did he?
the square. Yeah, he's run too far.
He's got it right.
Yeah,
He's
good call.
got it right. Good call.
As a junior player, why you got to teach them why would you bounce after you take a run 2 or 3 metres?
There's a player at Carlton that does it every time. He takes 2 steps.
What's the
half
point?
Back, and his name escapes me, Sard.
Run your 15, have a bounce.
Yes, 2-1-13 Rosedale. Sale City 2-3-15, 19 gone, first quarter Hurricane higher scoreboard. I go one step further. I don't think you should ever bounce it in your defensive 50.
Yeah.
Don't come back, you're in trouble.
That's right.
Diamond kicks it around the corner, up in towards the middle of the ground. Shoeback is creating a lot of problems. I reckon that might be incorrect disposal.
Yeah, he just dropped it.
He did. He's saying he handballed it. Umpire's having none of it. Carmen dropped it. He's able to feed it back. Luckily, Sellings was hanging around to help him out. Still inside defensive 50. Shoeback. He's turned that over by hand. He's let him in here. Kick's not good, though. Gets out over the back as the race is on. Just can't pick it up at the moment.
It's a hot potato.
The Rosedale player there in Smith. They go to ground. Fed off out the back from Bowman to Martin. Look at this kick now. Up towards half forward to Carstairs.
Lovely.
Poorly over the back. And that's got to be a contender for the Gippsland Land Rover mark of the day.
Yep.
Squares it up, looking for Declan Barnett in the middle. Punched away from him. Ends up in the hands of Brodie Johnson. Sends Sale City inside with a great kick to Evans. Gets it out over the back. Snap round the corner and he's missed to the right.
Did everything right but kicked the goal.
They might ruse some of these misses.
Yeah. It's about a 3 or 4 goal win. Would you go with that?
Yeah, easily, yes. Driscoll brings it into Stuckey. He's lost his kicking in duties from that running too far. He's going to go back to his coach. So Mick Driscoll inside the goal square. He's missed the target on that wing towards Barnett. Back pocket. And then he just kicks it around his body and trickles out over in front of the Sale City coach's box, right in front of the Sports Stream Live broadcast side of the ground.
Still no one going to Shoeback, which is astounding.
It is. McGuinness takes it out of the ruck in front of Fox. Fox lays a swinging tackle, not slinging, but swinging. He did well, Fox. Just was careful not to sling him. McGuinness gets the tap with the left hand. He was looking for Tolner. Didn't find him. Free kick to Rosedale here on the half-back flank. Rowan Diamond's going to take it. Called to play on. Goes up towards the middle of the ground. Sandeman's there. It's behind. And it's tapped out now. There a chance here. Rosedale through the agency of Jay Diamond, but he's missed everything. And kicked it out on the full. 22 minutes gone. Hurricane higher scoreboard. First quarter, 3-point lead to the Bulldogs. In a good game. Good opening quarter, Matt.
It is. It's there's a lot, as we say, there's a lot to play for, so you want to do everything right early.
Handball's off to Sallings. High ball. McGuinness is the target. Driscoll punches it away from him. War does the roving, gets it back to McGuinness. In turn to Whitehill, who's dancing in circles. Bit what your stuff you do at about 2 o'clock in the morning out the Crown Hotel. Fed out to Stuckey. Lowers his eyes. Good kick. Safstrom out of sight of the ground. Already got one against his old side in this first quarter.
Oh, this is risky. Oh,
he was going to go come across the broadcast side of the ground, decided against it. He was looking for Logan in the end, but chipping across in front of him was McCulloch and taking a strong mark. McCulloch, Shoeback. Had a lot of the ball in this first quarter, the coach. So they've still got it in their defensive 50. Goes along the line to Brody Johnson. Wants the middle of the ground.
Oh.
Dangerous kick. Lacks a fortune. It went through 2 Rosedale hands. Martin mops up. Gives it to Whitehill. In turn with a high ball looking for Carstairs. Has it punched away from him. Stays in play, does it? High free kick. Carstairs will take it. Taking his time to get up to Matty Mosley.
He's down. Looks like he's in quite a bit of pain there.
He's only just come back into the side and he's looked dangerous early, and this would be an absolute tragedy for Sale City. He's getting up, which is a good sign. He's going to take his free kick. I reckon he might have just been wounded. He's going to come off.
Yep.
So he's give it to War. He'll take the free kick for him.
Let's hope he's okay.
So War, short, Shoeback up the ground. Did it go 15?
I don't think so.
Shoeback. Oh, he's gone the spiral and he's got onto it too. Gets out over the back, bouncing ball. What a kick that was. Handball back. Evans is there. Dive across him and we'll get a restart. Not far away from the Sale City goal. McGuinness wins the tap. Gets it out the back. Played for the high free kick. The umpire was awake up to it. Just dropped the shoulders trying to get the free kick there. On that occasion was Mitch Evans. A lot of players around this. McGuinness just shoves Fox underneath it. Gets the tap away. Handball out. Whitehill. Geez, he likes to dance. He's got a high free kick and he's only 30 metres out directly in front. He's got a 50.
Yep. Which is disappointing for Rosedale.
They give 8 goals away from 50s last week, and there's already one here.
Yep. Yeah, they can be very undisciplined from what we've seen with Rosedale.
And Whitehill, who's had a good first quarter. Another one for Sale City, and if they were more accurate, they would be more in front.
Yes, leading into time on as well. That really hurts.
So there's the blind. Yeah, it was definitely there. Oh, and dropped the knee.
Why?
That's
right in front
50.
of the umpire.
Yeah.
It's silly.
Sale City 3-4-22, Rosedale 2-1-13.
Yeah,
Nearly 26 minutes gone, Hurricane high scoreboard.
So undisciplined. You'd be filthy as a coach.
They're the coach killers.
Yep.
Certainly are. Don't forget, at quarter time, Matty Mosley will have all the around the ground scores from other grounds. I'll have some netball scores for you.
Bit going on here, and he's been sucked into Whitehill. Declan Barnett, he was the one giving it to him, and Whitehill retaliated.
He does mind. Oh,
nothing.
The umpire's let that go, or has he? No. So he's got the free kick and the 50.
He's done well here, Declan Barnett.
He's got in Whitehill, then McGuinness decided to drop him after the kick, and they'll get a shot at goal. And this is the guy you don't want it in the hands of if you're at Sale City, Spencer Fox.
Yes, first touch of the day for Spencer. Normally a lovely kick, but every time we said this last week, he missed.
Yeah,
So let's see how he goes this week.
So they didn't need to do it, Sale City. So, undisciplined.
From both teams, really, in the last sort of 30 seconds.
So they're 9 points down, but they are against a stiff breeze. Did he learn off the Logan kick? He certainly did.
Yep, he definitely learned. Lovely kick there from Spencer Fox.
Gets his first and Rosedale's third. And they go on to 3-1-19. And they trail Sale City 3-4-22. Yeah, beautiful kick. Left to right. 27.5 gone. Hurricane High scoreboard first quarter. This is a good game. We did think there might be a bit in the game.
Yep, bit of feeling.
There certainly is. McGuinness wins the tap to Martin. Atlee does the tackling. Wrestling in the middle to Ruckman. War wins it at ground level, and he's wrapped up by Barnett and Fox. Not going anywhere. Good use of the body, McGuinness. He uses it really well in the ruck, but Safstrom does the sharking. Just bounces off like a pinball. Just gets a grubber kick away, and Benson takes it, and he's wrapped up by Declan Barnett.
He's really fired up now, Declan. It's got him going.
McGuinness again.
Oh, no.
Great use of the body. Schubeck does the sharking. Trapped. He's going to get this back, Schubeck. Needs the right foot. Does so. Oh! There's another contender. He got it last week. The Gippsland Land Rover mark of the day, Michael Driscoll. And he squares it up to Stuckey. Again, back to Driscoll. They wax a lot in that back half. That's a beautiful kick. Finds a teammate. They'll go outside their defensive 50 now. Up the wing. Quick hands out from Johnson. It's bobbling up around. Ends up in the hands of McGuinness. Quickly gives it to Schubeck. Gets his handball away and he's
down.
Down. Was he taken high? I didn't see that. He's taking his time getting up. And he's had a lot of it in this first quarter as Jacob Schubeck. And he's setting him up, and he's very slow to get up. And it's good to see Troy Carstairs back on the ground, so he's okay. Get a restart again at centre half forward for Sale City. They lead by 3 points, 29.5 gone, first quarter. Again, McGuinness just holding out Fox. He's winning in the ruck duties at the moment.
Yeah.
Is McGuinness. Carmen to the outside. Gives it to Sellings, who gives it to Martin, who lays out Evans. In a great bit of play. So Chad Evans,
go back
45.
And have a shot.
So he's on that outer flank. So kicking up the other end, it's left to right. From here, it should be the same. Oh, not when you kick it straight into the guts of the bloke on the mark. Gives it off to Martin. No problem with Kane. That didn't go left to the right. That just went straight towards the behinds. And another behind for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, right in the guts, that one.
It's lucky it wasn't a cold, wet day with a heavy ball.
You'd be down for the count.
Yeah, particularly if it was a few inches lower. Driscoll. Going to bring the ball back into the plane. He's going to come to the Sports Stream Live broadcast side of the ground. Umpire's pulled a free kick for holding here. It'll go to Spencer Fox, long way from home. The AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round. It's quarter time. Got ahead of myself. Nearly said 3/4 time. 31-minute quarter there. And Rosedale, 3-1-19, trail Sale City, who kicked with the aid of a breeze, 3-5-23. 4-point lead to the Bulldogs in the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round. It's all thanks to Willaton Transport. We'll take a short break. And on the other side of the break, Matty Mosley will have all the around the ground scores.
BP to Ralgan East, day or night from few to a feast. BP to Ralgan East. From a wicked brew coffee to washing the beast, BP Traralgon East.
Water. It's a part of life and we all depend on it. We spray it and play in it. At Davey, we move it around, clean it and provide the right pressure at the right time. To help you do this, run one of these and wash her. We're Australian made and made for Australia. So when you depend on this, need to do this, or just want one of these, you can depend on Davey.
Welcome back to the Rosedale ground, where it is quarter time in the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round, thanks to Willaton Transport. And at quarter time here is the home side 3-1-19, trailing Sales City 3-5-23. And Matty Mosley, you have some scores from around the grounds.
I do. Over at Glengarry, it's Glengarry 4 behinds to Hayfield 4-3-27. We've got no scores at the Woodside-Gormandale game at this stage. TTU 5-4-34 to Yallourn North, only 2 points. It's been a while. I would think that Yallourn North have been held goalless in the first quarter. Obviously, our game, we have our scores at Sale City 3-5-23 to 3-1-19, and the Yarram versus Churchill. It's Yarram 5-5-35 to Churchill 2-2-14.
Okay, and netball scores. I've got some netball scores here. I'm missing a couple, but I know someone's just come through with the other one. Well, good work. I've got Rosedale 12, Sale City 22, TTU 19, Yallourn North 12, Woodside 8 and Gormandale 12, and Glengarry is 1 and Hayfield 2.
Wow.
have either not updated or that's the lowest scoring game of netball in the history.
Must be blowing a gale. Can't get it in the hoop.
Wow. So you can hear the cockies in the background here at Rosedale.
Country footy at its best,
I
Brad.
love it. Love it. And you just look across that side of the ground and look at the trees. And country footy doesn't get any better. Beautiful day. We have had sunshine every
week.
round.
Yep.
We're in round 7, and we have had sunshine except round 2 in the Anzac Day
We
night
got
game.
flooded.
We got electrical storms that's called off just after half time. Back in the middle, McGuinness wins the tap. Sastrom does the sharking in front of Tolna. He's had a good year for Sale City.
Yep.
Young Hudson Tolna.
Young fella, 18s or just first year out?
First year out, I
Yep.
think. McGuinness likes that backhand tap to Whitehill. Quickly gets the hands off. Does wow. Quick kick forward from McGuinness. Up to half forward. War holds a front spot. It's punched away from him. Atlee gets a hurried left foot inside 50. Sandeman does the defending. Gets to the front of the pack. Here's a chance through Heathcote for Rosedale. Gets out over the back. Just read it better, didn't he, Spencer Fox?
He did. The wind definitely played a factor in that.
Yep, read it so much better.
It is. And the wind's going to push back an extra 5 or 10 metres, so you're going to have to allow that.
So he's only 10, 15 metres out directly in front. You can put this in your record right now. He's already got one. And he comes. That's his second.
Yep, beautiful.
So they're back in front, and I've lost count of the lead changes, but I know we were up around 5. I think it was around 5 by quarter time.
Yep.
And there's another one.
And it's going to show probably half a footy how strong this wind is and how well you're going to use it.
Rosedale 4-1-25. They trail Sale City 3-5. Sorry, they lead Sale City 3-5-23. It's a beautiful kick. Minute and a half gone. Second quarter, Hurricane High scoreboard for the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round. It's all thanks to our great friends out at Willaton Transport. I wonder where Bernie Willaton is today. This man gets around everywhere. He could be anywhere. But I'll tell you one thing, you'll be in Gippsland.
Let's say Declan Barnett, he does not let up, does he?
No, and he gets them in. He got
Yep.
them in before.
Sucked him in.
He's into Tolna now.
Yeah,
so
young player.
it's telling you that maybe Tolna's had too much of the footy. Now,
Yep.
Sastrom is getting a little bit of attention from McCulloch
Yep.
against his old club. We thought that might happen. Bailey Smith last night. Although that was quite subdued last night. I expected more. Didn't expect what I seen between the coach and a journalist.
Yes, that was
Footy
interesting.
broadcaster. It was incredible. Quick hands out. Sale City, but there is Tolna. Gets away from Barnett. Nice spiral inside 50 out over the head of Driscoll. Gets the handball back to Lazaro, to Paulie, to Driscoll. Did he get his hand to it? He did. Troy Carstairs, look out for War. Look at that. Then gets his handball out the back.
Look out.
McGuinness in trouble, gets his handball free. High ball from Gray. Oh, gee, might have been a high free kick to Sale City there. It's not paid. Fed out from Lazaro. In turn to Safstrom. Oh, just looked away before he had it then to Jay Diamond, which made the fumble happen. Gets a chance again to Spears. On the right foot, up the line. Spencer Fox takes it out over the boundary line in front of Otsuka Bignell. Been dying to call that name. And I finally get the chance. Kazuma Otsuka Bignell.
Just noticed Schubacher started on the bench at the start of the second quarter as well.
Yeah, I reckon he might have copped one late in that first quarter.
Yep.
Geez, he had a lot of it. He set him up a lot. Umpire might call this to be thrown in again.
Have another go, young fella.
It was very shallow.
Wind definitely picking up again.
It is. Got a good size about him too. It took a Bignell. In it comes. Again, that left-hand tap round the back McGuinness likes. Spencer Fox is tackled by Carmen. Whitehill's in there for the Bulldogs, and so is Barnett. Stalemate. Umpire says I'll ball it up. in between wing and half forward out of side for Rosedale. Again, using the body.
Yeah,
Geez, he's on top.
Yeah, he's blocking the jump.
McGuinness, kick goes up the wing. War's there for the Bulldogs, and so is Jay Diamond. Comes off their hands and trickles out over the boundary line, out of sight of the ground. So it'll be McGuinness and Fox again. Fox wins that from the front position on this occasion. Safstrom tackled quickly by Brodie Johnson, who wore an accidental
Yeah, I seen it, yeah.
hit to the eye.
Yep.
So over boundary throw in again. This time it's Sandy. No, it's McGuinness, sorry. Long way from here. There's McGuinness, gets it up. Carstairs in front of Caleb Barnett. He leaves it for the better placed Mitchell Evans, but he snaps it round his body and another behind. One side's kicking very straight and the other doubled up the points.
That would have hurt.
Paulie hurt himself there. Evans could have had a shot at goal, decides to feed it back to Whitehill, run his full
That'll
distance,
come around.
and the wind, as we know, will bring that left to right.
Beautiful.
And Whitehill has his second, and he is hurt, Paulie. He landed terribly awkwardly.
It's got stuck in the ground.
So, Sale City, another lead change.
Good footy.
Can you believe it? 6 minutes into the second quarter, we've had 7 lead changes.
Yep.
Rosedale 4-1-25, trail Sale City 4-6-30. 6 minutes gone. Second quarter, Hurricane highest scoreboard.
The wind's not playing as much of a factor as we might think because they are scoring from both ends.
Yeah. Yep. And it's AGL Loyang Mindful Oz mental health round 7 as McGuinness takes it out of the ruck, wrapped up by Barnett.
Has to get jumping here, Harper Fox. He's getting well beaten at the moment.
Again, uses the body and just keeps him out, so it makes it hard to get around that big body.
It does. It does. It'd be very frustrating for him.
It's handy being 4'3", I can tell you. That's a shocking position, that ruck. Kicked off the ground by McGuinness. Gets out towards the wing. Well, they'll take it up towards Carstairs off the boot of McCulloch, who's been good. So out over the boundary line. It's around the half-forward flank, out of side for Sale City. Again, Harper Fox holds the front spot this time. McGuinness just leads him under it and gets the right hand to it. It's sharked away by Rowan Diamond. Gets the right foot to it, out of side of the ground. Trickles out over the boundary line, as you can see the Sports Stream live commentary box over that other side of the ground.
Right in front of us.
So, boundary throw in, centre wing position, out of side of the ground, gets
Much
out
better.
over the back. Barnett wrapped up in a gang tackle. They're onto him really quickly. As Sellings picks himself up. Again, McGuinness left-hand tap. Likes that tap.
Yep.
Still in the middle of the ground. Edney feeds it off. Intercepted there for Sale City by McCulloch. He's
Oh.
wrapped up in the tackle. The umpire says we'll restart this here. Around that half-forward area for Rosedale. Just used out.
Yeah.
Just nudged out too easily then. Was Fox by McGuinness. Kick up towards
Beautiful
half
kick.
forward was a beauty by McCulloch. He's found his teammate Mitch Evans, who squares it up looking for Carstairs. And free kick's going to be paid to Driscoll, who just continually puts himself in the right spot.
Yep.
Handball had a little bit too much on it on that occasion for McDonald. Driscoll comes back in on it, feeds the handball over the top. It's going to trickle out again over the boundary line.
Yeah, Harper Fox, he just needs to be stronger in his legs.
Yeah,
He's
transfer the weight through the thighs.
Yeah, just to hold his ground. He's getting easily pushed out of the contest, especially in the ruck.
This time It's Evans doing the ruck work for the Bulldogs. It was Mitch Evans and Chad's there. Low and hard. Driscoll can't break away. And we'll get a bounce down. Only 15 metres directly in front of the Sale City goal, where they lead by 5 points at the moment. Harper Fox does well then, leaps high.
And that's because McGuinness wasn't in the ruck. If I'm McGuinness now, I'm going into the forward line and I'm going to shove him under the ball and I'm going to have a shot on the goal.
He's playing that kick back, isn't
Yeah.
he? If they get that ball out of their defensive 50, Rosedale. Oh, taken out of the ruck by McCulloch. Has his kick smothered though. Handball out over the top. Oh, was he taken long in the tackle? No, the umpire says that was Declan Carstairs. So the free kick will go to Declan Barnett for Rosedale. Last line of defence. Best on ground performance last week. Won the Crown Hotel best on ground player. He goes short to a teammate in Lockie McDonald. Back into the side today.
Not a lot to kick to.
And changes his mind a few times, and in the end it goes to Harper Fox. Still around that defensive 50 and hasn't got a lot to go to again.
No.
And that's because McGuinness is loading himself up in the right spots. He's got a 50-metre penalty though. I reckon Whitehill might have encroached on the mark for the side. So Harper Fox sprints off through the middle of the ground onto the left foot. Gets it inside, off the front.
Edney.
They all fall over. Edney gets it onto the right foot. A la Stephen Bradbury, but misses to the right.
Could have waltzed all the way in there.
It's just like the ice skating sprint gold medal.
How
all
could we
those
forget?
Years ago.
You're only about 35 then, weren't you, Brad?
I
I was only a kid then.
was retired from footy already back then. They'll bring the ball back into play. Ooh, Harper Fox just positions himself better than anyone. Then he squares it up. Driscoll right up the ground here at centre half forward. And there's Shoeback back on the ground, which is a good sign for the Bulldogs. Kick towards the goal mouth. Gets out over the back. Good block there for the Bulldogs on that occasion by Reed. Up the line. Stuckey reads it better. He's going to go inside to Driscoll. Gee, you really got to not allow that happening. Could have been 50. Is that what that all meant?
He's done it twice there.
Carstairs, he's nearly done it again. And Spencer Fox from outside 50. High ball out the back. Reading it very well there was Benson. I reckon he could have marked that. He got the fist to it. And another behind for the home team. It's now a 3-point game in favour of the Bulldogs. So it's good to see the coach back out on the ground. He'll take the kick in. He's going to go short to his captain in Carmen. He's missed a bit of footy this year, Lockie Carmen. Got nowhere to go here, so they've pressed right up the home team. And that's not where you want to kick it to Driscoll. He will intercept that all day.
Yep.
Has Rowan Diamond square screaming for it. Decides to go back
it's a
from
nice
where it
kick.
come out the back to Atley. Diving back, beautiful kick and great mark. And the captain's taken the mark and he's only 8 metres out on a slide angle. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for Atley. We'll get the 8th lead change. Might have to start marking these
Yes.
down.
It's just adapting to the conditions.
Yeah. Read it very well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Taking his time on this one. So, in he comes, Riley Atley. He's a left footer. Yep, not a problem. Gets his first, and there's another lead change. And Rosedale go on to 5-3-33. They lead Sale 4-6-30. 8 lead changes. 14 minutes gone. Second quarter. Hurricane higher scoreboard.
Goal for goal. Who's going to break that goal for goal?
Yeah. Yes, it's very, very interesting. think it was the third quarter last week, Rosedale was their poorest quarter.
Just second quarter was their poorest. They come
Second,
out.
was it?
Yeah. Had a really good third quarter.
Tap down, Safstrom off the ground. Comes out towards Spears. He can't take it away. McCulloch's there. Gee, he's been good for the Bulldogs today. McGuinness out the back from Atley. Just kicked that goal to Spears. Back to Atley. Left foot. Didn't travel too far. So McCulloch intercepts but slips over. Comes back to Atley, who has Sastrom on the inside. Uses his left foot. Nice high ball. Bulldogs should mark. This is 2-on-1. Comes out the back. O'Shea feeds it off. Tolner lurking on the outside. Umpire's going to ball this up. Centre half forward for Rosedale. They enjoy a 3-point lead. 15 minutes into this second quarter. Out the back. High free kick. And it's going to go to Rosedale. I reckon that's Berry.
Berry, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that's Berry that was
in the 14.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's in the 7.
Yep.
He was changed to the 7. So Berry on the left foot. Oh, not a great kick. It turned over and over and over, but luck's a fortune. He found Spears. I know it was meant for Spears. It just didn't look good off the boot.
Don't know if you'd want to go wide, though.
No.
It's not the greatest spot.
So Spears back into the side this week. It's an opportunity to kick his first for the day. Leans back on it. Goes left. Tooting the horn on points these days. As they go on to 5-4-34. They lead Sale City 4-6-30. 16.5 gone. Hurricane higher scoreboard. Second quarter. Shoe back. Short to Tolner. It doesn't get there. Oh, luck's a fortune. He just got his hand in it because Safstrom was just lurking. Gets the kick out towards McGuinness. He wants the boundary in front of Spencer Fox and gets it. Tolner did really well to get that right Duke out.
Yep.
Safstrom would have strolled into an open goal then.
A lot of space there for McGuinness and Harper Fox there. He does not want the body at all.
So in it comes McGuinness, but Spencer Fox wins the tap. In fact, Harper Fox, sorry.
They did a switcheroo.
They did. They did. It's good ruck craft by Harper Fox. Not wrestling on that boundary throw in. McGuinness wins the tap to Whitehill. Barnett wraps him up.
Let's just watch. He can't help himself, Declan Barnett.
Just a little nudge with a thigh. It's McGuinness wins that tap again. Gee, I've liked this boy's game in Brodie Johnson. Goes up towards and
Driscoll
it's
all
going to
day.
happen every time.
Yep.
They just got to lower eyes and find a smaller target leading at the kicker. Because Driscoll, again, he hurt Churchill with it last week and he's really hurting Sale City today. Go to the other side of the ground now through Rowan Diamond. Short to McDonald, over the top. Just a bouncing ball in front of Berry. He's tackled. Reed gets his handball away. They're going to bring it out towards Tolner. Centre half back.
He's got to move it a bit quicker.
Oh. Declan Carstairs comes off his hands. He goes in after it again. Just, I reckon Declan Barnett was hit pretty hard there. He's taking his time to get up.
But he has been giving it all day, Declan.
Doesn't look good.
Nah, has hurt him.
He actually looks a bit groggy the way he got up then. It's not good to see. I don't like it.
But look out if you're Sale City because he'll come after you.
So, short into the middle. Great intercept mark by Smith. Centre wing position. Sports Stream Live broadcast side of the ground. Goes the opposite
Oh,
side.
lovely kick.
Great kick to Spears. Marks that in front of the late closing wall. Short ball. Over the head of Safstrom. He was looking for Logan. Logan's wrapped up by Carmen and Schuback. We'll get a bounce down centre half forward for the Blues. Again, McGuinness across the body. Out to War. Nice hands on the outside. Toner wrestling inside 50. Martin with Diamond. Oh, did he drop that? Umpire says no. So bounce down. 45 around from the Sale City goal. 20 minutes gone, just ticked into time on. Harper Fox on his own. Big volleyball spike in the end.
Should have
Comes
grabbed
out
it.
to Whitehill, yep. Whitehill. Right foot inside. Driscoll punches it away. Toner. Driscoll again.
Oh.
Didn't travel the required distance. Gets his kick out, but quickly going to be intercepted there by McCulloch. Geez, had a big game to half-time, Caden McCulloch.
Yeah, arguably probably one of their best players was Schuback.
Yeah.
The wind has dropped a little bit, so he has every opportunity to get the distance.
We know it's going to be left to right, and this
Yep.
is a great camera angle. We're right behind it. So Caden McCulloch. Have to kick that every bit of 50. He's kicked it outside the 50.
Lovely
Doesn't
kick.
matter. What a game he's had. And there's another lead change.
That's the storyline of the day.
I don't think I've seen a game in a very, very long time with 9 lead changes to half-time. And Sale City go on to 5-6-36. They lead Rosedale. That's a beautiful kick. 5-4-34, 21 and a half gone. Second quarter, Hurricane highest scoreboard in the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round. Thanks to Willaton Transport. Don't forget the halftime show thanks to Latrobe's biggest ever blokes barbecue. Yep, not only the pre-game, but they're looking after the halftime show today. We've got a lot to get through around the ground scores. A lot of banter. Will continue to push that competition where you can win a couple. There's 6 tickets up for grabs.
Oh,
and here he is
again.
McCulloch. Just forward of the stoppage, gets it away.
Oh,
The handball was coming back to him, but just chopped off there beautifully by McDonald. Squares it up, 50.
No. Poor call.
Oh, could be another one there. McGuinness has got to get out of the way. Barnett. Geez, he's run his... Oh, no, he's run the distance because he had the 50. He had Mekond. Barnett quickly gets that ball inside 50. Logan is square here. He's got the height advantage on Toner. Toner does well to get the fist to it. Comes out the back. They'll get out of trouble temporarily here with a kick out looking for the big fella in Joel Gray. He slips out over the line, and that's exactly what he wanted to do. And they'll get a boundary throw in. 22, nearly 23 minutes gone in the second quarter. They lead by 2 points, the Bulldogs. And what has been a cracking game of footy for the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round with 9 lead changes to this point. Toner overruns it. Attlee, then he's tackled. He's going to be holding the ball. Just stayed in it, didn't he, Hudson Toner?
Yep.
Umpire calls him to play on.
Oh, terrible looking kick.
It was. Caleb Barnett gets his fist to it, and then he just tunnel balls it out the back. There's McCulloch, gives the old Dustin Martin stiff arm on Safstrom. Tackle laid on Schuback, still gets his handball away. Free kick's going to go against McCulloch here. It's going to go to Attlee, the captain.
Starting to get really busy now, Attlee.
A nice goal earlier. Gets around McCulloch, outside of the ground. It's a mongrel finger-breaking punt kick. Toner, been good. So we'll get a bounce down. They want to score here, Rosedale. Get themselves back in front before half-time, and Sale City won't want them to score. As the handball from McCulloch to Whitehill, and that is a kicking in danger rule that you don't see a lot these days. We'll go to Jackson Whitehill for the Bulldogs. Been good today, as he is every week.
Love the matchup with him and Declan Barnett at the moment.
It's great. They've both been good, haven't they?
At each other all day.
Harper Fox with a big fist over the top of Chad Evans, finds the boundary line. So Chad Evans is trying to take Driscoll as deep as he can.
Yep. And I like that. That's a good call.
McGuinness, double-hander. Tries to get it down to Declan Carstairs, and Caleb Barnett's not happy about the... he might have just...
Threw the knee in there. Did you see that?
Just it wasn't
Nothing.
severe, but just...
it was there.
I'm here, mate, he said. Free kick's going to go to McGuinness here. He's going to square this up into the middle of the ground. To War, you've got to go on that one. And he does. High
Lovely.
ball, great kick, great mark. Gee, that was a strong mark to the big fella, Mitchell Evans.
He knew he was going to get the contact, but held firm. Really good mark.
So right now, that might be the Gippsland Land Rover mark of the day leader.
Yep. Wasn't spectacular, but it was the strength.
Strong.
Yeah.
So left to right, as we know. You got to pick your time. Sometimes that wing can drop and really kill you.
Yep.
In he comes. He sat that right, and it's going to keep going right. So they lead by 3 points. 26 gone this second quarter. Lots of whistles going on here.
That's the water boy.
So a 50-metre penalty against the Sale City Water Boy.
I think it was in the 50-metre arc when they were kicking out.
Ooh, I don't know if I'd be smiling.
No.
I don't think Shoeback will be. And Diamond
They got a shot on goal.
is going to lace this out to the big fella Ned Heathcote. And they're going to get a shot on goal from 50. And that water boy will be in a lot of... I would not be going in the rooms at halftime.
No, considering how close the game is,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing that.
You're leading by 3 points, and you might go in 3 points down.
Yeah, leading into time on just at halftime.
Heathcote from 50. Gee, that's a big kick.
That's a lovely
That
looking kick.
is an unbelievably good kick.
That hurts. That really hurts Sale City.
And they go on to 6-4-40, Rosedale. They lead Sale City 5-7-37. 27 gone, Hurricane higher scoreboard. Gee, that's a beautiful kick. Kicked that just inside 50 against a stiff breeze.
Yep, beautiful kick.
Yeah. So that's another lead change. So we're up to 10.
Sandman into the ruck. I like that as well. They're going big bodies against Harper Fox. It's really starting to stand out now.
Fox jumps early, then gets it on the way down. It's Tolner in Whitehill, sorry. He's wrapped up. So, yeah, don't forget the Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue halftime show. Lot to get through. Don't go away. As I go inside, 50 again here, Rosedale. Carmen, Sale City captain, mops up towards the wing. Oh, holding the front spot was a young fella then on that occasion in Jason Reed, and gets to the front of the pack. Whitehill out the back. As his teammate in Benson is Driscoll, just mopping up after mopping up. They go towards Spears, sits for him, gets his kick. Up towards the 50. Logan comes out. He's tackled.
Oh, I think that's holding the footy.
I think it is too.
Yep, good call.
Bowman.
He had his chance.
Yeah. So Tom Bowman, right in front of the Sale City coach's box, squares it up.
Oh, he's turned it over.
He has. He was looking for Gray. Fox. Short to Berry. Over the top to Safstrom. Normally really good at goal. I reckon he tried to chip that to Logan.
Stuck in two minds.
Yeah.
Should have had a shot.
So Shoeback gets it out. That's a long kick.
Very long.
Right up to the centre wing. out of side. Nice little tap on from Moulton. But Carstairs
Oh,
does the
perfect.
sharking. Great kick to Evans. Want to go quick here because
Yeah.
time is of the essence for the Bulldogs. Nearly 30 minutes into the second quarter. Driscoll will play. That will play straight into his hands.
It's not the right kick.
I reckon that's what Schuback will be talking to him about.
Yeah.
That entry kick, there's got to be more representation at the ball carrier.
It's got to be low and hard or kick to the fat side of your player.
Take Driscoll out of the equation.
Yep.
It's been super, the coach for Rosedale. Safstrom. Quick handball. 4-point lead to Rosedale. 30 minutes ticks over, second quarter. In the AGL Loyang Mindful of Mental Health round.
Couldn't be long.
Fed out the back. Lazaro gets his handball away. Oh, straight to the boundary. If that doesn't carry, that's deliberate, but it does carry anyway. So it's out on the full. Free kick will go to Johnson. Got to have a shot at it. I know you're a long way out.
Go the barrel.
There's a bit going on in the pocket there with Whitehill and Rowan Diamond.
He's been in everything today, Whitehill.
This is going to take a massive spiral. And that isn't it. But the bounce, no good.
He went to punch it.
Punch it forward was Jason Reed. So it's half time.
Still a bit going on.
6-5-41. Rosedale. And Sale City are 5-7-37.
It's brewing.
So it's a 4-point lead to the home side after trailing by 4 points at quarter time. They lead by 4 points at half time. Here in the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz Mental Health round, thanks to Willaton Transport. It's round 7 of North Gippsland football. And what a great game it has been. And we've had 10 lead changes to half time. We're going to take a short break. And when we come back from the break, we'll have all the other scores from around the grounds in football and netball in the Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes BBQ halftime show. It's the home team Rosedale by 4 points.
BP to Ralgan East, day or night from few to a feast. BP to Ralgan East, from a wicked brew coffee to washing the beast. BP to Ralgan East.
Water. It's a part of life and we all depend on it. We spray it and play in it. At Davey, we move it around, clean it and provide the right pressure at the right time. To help you do this, run one of these and wash her. We're Australian made and made for Australia. So when you depend on this, need to do this, or just want one of these, you can depend on Davey.
Welcome back to Rosedale at half-time. It's time for Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue half-time show. And here at Rosedale, it is Rosedale in front by 4 points, 6-5-41 to Sale, 5-7-37. We've had 10 lead changes to half-time, and Matty Mosley has some scores from around other grounds.
I do. It's Glengarry 2-5-17 to Hayfield 9-5-59. Woodside 9-9-63 to Gormdale 4 straight 24. TTU 7-7-49 to Yallourn North 2-4-16. And Yarram 7-7-49 to Churchill 4-4-28. So we've got the match of the round.
It's been a great game.
Yep.
And as I said off there, I can't remember a game I've ever been at. It's had 10 lead changes in the first half of footy.
Yeah.
I've got some netball scores. Rosedale 27, Sale City 52, TTU 49, Yallourn North 40, Woodside 27, Gormdale 37, and Glengarry 23, Hayfield 36. They're around the ground scores. Now, don't forget, you can win a really good prize here, and all you have to do is note down who the sponsors are of. Now, here we go. You have to note down who the sponsors are of the Crown Hotel Player of the Day. It's pretty easy. The Finch Cafe Goal of the Day, and the Gippsland Land Rover Mark of the Day, and who wins them at the end of the day. Now, right now, the leading contender for the Finch Cafe Goal of the Day is Caden McCulloch.
Yep.
And the leader for the Gippsland Land Rover Mark of the Day is Mitchell Evans. Both Sale City players, and both done in the second quarter. Now, the other scores from today in the under-18s, I witnessed a cracking game. And
You did say
Rosedale,
this.
yeah, Rosedale won by 4 points on the last kick of the day. They were in front by 2 points, Sale City, and Rosedale had a shot for goal, and he wasn't close. It was a fair way out and an angle, and he kicked truly, and Rosedale ran out 4-point winners, 8-11-59 to Sale City, 8-7-55, and in the reserves, Rosedale ran out 35-point winners, 7-10-52 to Sale City, 2-5-17. And here they hold a 4-point lead the half-time, Rosedale. So with that, these competition, you win a double pass worth $300 to the Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue on Friday, June 20 at the Kernot Hall in Mall. And you have to name in rounds 7 and 8 the winner of each, who the sponsors are in round 7 and the goal of the day, mark of the day, player of the day. And get it to me, Brad at sportstreamlive.com.au, no later than midday on Monday for round 7, and then no later than the following Monday for round 8. Then we have a break for the Queen's birthday, and we will announce the winners of those 6 tickets. So each person wins, will give away 3 double passes.
Yep.
So you win 2. So you can take a mate.
Yep.
And get on the ink all day, and the food and the entertainment. We'll name the winner in the round 9 Sportstream live stream match on Saturday, June the 14th. You'll hear us repeating this in the Be North Gippy podcast.
Yep.
And also in the next few weeks of the live stream as well. It's a pretty good prize, Matty.
It is. It's a great prize and it's a great day.
Oh, and you get to sit with us on the Sportstream Live table. It's
Talk about comedians. I think we're going to be the comedians of the day.
I'll leave that to you. I'll leave that to you. So we'll all be there, and it'll be a big day. And what a great job they do for prostate cancer. Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue, Friday, June 20. And I'll just repeat, Tom Seagate is the MC, comedian, the suburban footballer. And you've also got Razor Ray Chamberlain and Brad Oakes and Arj Barker. So it's a big day. And not only do you get that entertainment, but I reckon, I know Gippsland people, and I reckon what it might appeal to them is an all-inclusive food, drink package.
Can't go wrong.
You get there at 11, that's 5.5 hours.
Could be stumbling out.
I'll tell you what.
Drink responsibly, though.
Well, if you drink at 11 a.m., I'd be going and seeing someone about that. So you can't be drinking that early.
It's 12 o'clock somewhere, though.
Sorry?
It's 12 o'clock
Oh,
somewhere.
well, that's true. That is true. It is also the Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue half-time show. here. And teams are back out on the ground. Umpires are back in position. And we're about to get underway in the second half. And let's hope the second half is as good as the first half.
Yeah, ripping first half. It
was a great game of footy.
And little inside battles with each other of each team.
Spot on. Right now it looks like Whitehill and Barnet. That'll
Straight
explode.
back at it again.
I reckon Fox won that, but McGuinness did the sharking, feeds it out to Toner. And Smith is all wrapped up by Toner, and we'll get a restart. McGuinness. Fox goes early. Atlee on the left foot. Up towards half forward for Logan. Sanderman from behind, and they just sit on it. Centre wing position. Sports Stream Live broadcast side of the ground in front of the massive crowd.
Yeah, it's a good crowd.
In front of the Rosedale rooms. I love the social club here as the Bulldogs take it away. Crowd calls for ball. The umpire says no. And we'll get a restart again. Centre wing position. Inside the first minute still. And they lead by 4 points, the home team. So we haven't gone through goal kickers, so I'll quickly go through Sales City. Whitehill has 2, and then singles to Martin, Carstairs, that's Troy and McCulloch. And for Rosedale's, Declan Barnett takes it out of the stoppage, goes inside 50. Spencer Fox leads his opponent under the ball, goes back on it. It's fed to the outside. Quick kick forward by Logan. Ends up in the hands of Heathcote.
Yep.
And Heathcote gets his second for the afternoon. And Rosedale get their 7th. So good footy by the home side from that stoppage. Barnett with real depth on the kick. Good hands from Spencer Fox, then blocking. He gets it inside. Just chaos footy and read it really well. Did Heathcote, and they go on to 7-5-47. Biggest lead of the day now.
I was literally just about to say that.
5-7-37 Sales City, 2 minutes in. Goal kickers for the Rosedale side to now is Heathcote's got 2, as has Spencer Fox, and then singles to Safstrom, Logan, and Atlee. Back in the middle. Harper Fox comes out to Johnson off his wing. Quick kick out from the middle from Safstrom, round his body. Sanderman does the punching, Carman does the crumbing. Up the line, looking for War. Was he pushed by Diamond? Umpire said no, allowed to play on. Had it too long. Free kick will go to War. So Austin War, short. Joel Gray. Inside 50. Gets through.
Oh.
Quick check side kick off the hands of Evans. Geez, he done really well then. Lazaro and rushes the behind.
Have noticed Schuback starting on the bench again. Do you reckon he just, the coaching side makes him just get a feel of the game, have a look where things are at?
Yeah, I reckon 40 years of age has a bit to do with it too.
Yeah.
Stuckey. Oh, umpire lets it go. The crowd's not happy. Up the wing. Martin tackled as soon as he picked it up. Getting a free kick. It was Carstairs, actually. The bald nut threw me. He's taking his time getting up again.
Yeah, he's going to be sore tonight, I think.
Then
Troy
takes himself to the bench for Jason Reid. In fact, it's
one's come off.
Sales City's free kick, and
Troy's come off, but they gave him the ball.
So it's going back to McCulloch in the end. So McCulloch, centre wing position, Sports Stream Live broadcast side of the ground, inside 50, gets out the back. Fox keeps it in. Gee, he's got a player on the outside here, all on his own in Jay Diamond. He goes to him. Far back pocket. He's going to come back to broadcast side of the ground with a short ball. Another short ball inside defensive 50. Turned it over and look out. It's all the Bulldogs. They've just got to get the kick at goal, and it's terrible.
Jeez.
They really mucked that up.
Yes, side of relief there for Rosedale.
Out of bounce, right forward pocket for the Bulldogs. 9-point lead to Rosedale. In a low-scoring affair, you've got to make every post a winner as McGuinness wins the tap. Gets it to the front. Coming out is McDonald. Stuckey. Inboard to Barnett. Declan Barnett asking for everyone to move.
Yeah.
So Heathcote moves out and gives the space to Spears, and Spears takes the mark. Squares it up.
Just doing it a little bit too easy at the moment, Rosedale.
So McDonald out of half back flank. High ball. They have the height here, the Bulldogs. Comes off the hands of Carmen. Then taps it to Tolner. Declan Barnett. Well, he's not trying to get that out. And they'll ball it up. Outer side of the ground. Centre wing position. Again, McGuinness takes this one out of the ruck. Shrugs the Harper Fox tackle. Handball over the top to War, who taps it on to the running Gray. Can't collect it. McDonald to Safstrom. Hands to Harper Fox. To Diamond on the outside. That's Jay Diamond. Up towards centre half forward to Smith. Smith inside 50. Low ball, and Spencer Fox dives. Ball comes back to Carmen. Has McGuinness on the outside. He's quickly tackled. Gets his handball away to Tolner. Has War on his own. Running away. Just needs to sit as Caleb Barnett comes in. He's collected him high. And War will take the free kick. Harper Fox comes out to Berry. Tackled. So Mitch Caruana is in the 19.
Okay.
We had him as 31. So that's Caruana in the 19. So all wrapped up. We'll get another bounce down. So
change number 9.
My liquid paper has worked overtime today. Edney's in the 9, and Caruano's in the 19, who were both badly burnt last year, the both of them, in a camping accident.
They both were together?
Yes.
Oh, right.
In the Northern Territory.
Unbelievable.
And it's not that long ago, so it's incredible that they're even playing footy.
Yeah.
I think that's an amazing effort.
Yep.
So it's Mitch Caruano in the 19, and we know Edney's in the 9. So thanks to Matt Smith from Rosedale for getting them changes through to me. It's not their fault. Play HQ actually buggered that one up. So kick out towards the boundary. We've gone nearly 9 minutes into this third quarter. It's a 9-point lead to the home team. And a beautiful day here at Rosedale.
We're nearly in June.
We've been spoilt.
Yeah.
We really have been spoilt. We might get hit in the second half. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, back to 5 degrees. Yeah.
I don't mean the second half of today, but the second half of the year is Barnett. Handball to Stuckey. Over the top. Stuckey goes in after it again. Gets around a couple of tacklers in O'Shea on that occasion, and Mitch Evans. Strong boys. They're away here, Rosedale. Oh, big hit from Carmen. Benson goes through his hands. There is Edney. And we're going to bounce down centre half forward for the Blues.
Yeah, it's a very interesting 4 or 5 minutes if Rosedale get the next one, they sort of break that camel's back in a way because it's been such a tight contest thus far.
It has, hasn't it?
Yep.
As they come out through Bowman, over the top to Reed, gets his handball back to Whitehill, gets his kick away, and here he is. He's my best on ground at the moment. The Crown Hotel Player of the Day leader is definitely McCulloch with a beautiful squaring kick to Tolner, and he's been good too.
Yeah.
Tolner, low ball to Martin. Oh, he's fumbled, then tried to stick the foot out to keep it. Stuckey, handball. Spears up the line, out of sight of the ground.
Well trapped.
Benson, and takes it to the boundary. Yeah, Kane Martin wasn't happy then.
Yeah, he was filthy. No one in the ruck here, so he should just grab it out. Try not to punch it.
Happened a lot last week, didn't it?
Yeah.
Churchill just punched it back as
Yep.
Fox gives it to McDonald. In turn over the top to Bruce. Towards the goal mouth, looking for Logan. Carmen! Oh, he does well to mop up after a poor handball. And he kicks to the outer side. Atlee's there for Rosedale all on his own. Feeds it back to Paulie, back to Atlee. Reed closes in on him, gets his kick away. Whitehill has the sit on Berry.
Oh, no.
Does like to dance around a bit, doesn't he? Diving Carmen. Ball hits the ground. Oh, big bump from the big fella then in Bowman. Comes out to Sellings. To Sandeman. He's wrapped up.
Gone.
That's holding the ball to McDonald. No. Not paid. So I'll have a bounce down. Out of sight of the ground. Half forward flankish for Rosedale, and McDonald will go up with Sandeman. Sandeman wins the tap. Safstrom just takes it out over the boundary line in front of O'Shea and War. We'll get a boundary throw in out of sight of the ground. So Sandeman with Fox. Fox over the top, gets his fist to it. Taken high was War.
He was too worried about the player there.
It was Harper Fox, so the free kick will go to Austin War, who's been good again today. Limps back.
Very stagnant up forward for him. He's got nothing to kick to.
Short. Oh, Jason Reed drops that. Goes in after it again. Atlee lays the tackle. Bounce down. Out of wing position. Can you see Jacob Shoe back out on the ground as yet?
No, he's not back out.
No. Harper Fox up over the top. Oh, that's on the full off the boot. Did the umpire pick that up? No. From Bruce, and I just noticed you saliving as the boundary umpire runs past with 4 and 20 written on the back because the boy forgot to get you a sandwich at half time.
Unbelievable.
So you might end up chewing his arm off here in the second half in the box. Tolner, right foot kick around the body, inside 50 over the head of Evans and Lazaro. Quick hands out to Driscoll. Short ball looking for Atlee. Takes the mark in front of Reed. Has Berry, ignores him. Goes to play off and Carstairs, that's Declan. His tackle didn't stick. Goes across to Stuckey. Has Spears if he wants him. He goes to him. Short up the wing. They're away from Barnett. Left foot inside 50.
Yep.
Logan has the sit and takes the mark.
Game's just starting to open up, you feel?
Yeah, it is.
Rosedale's way.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a worry 14 minutes in that Shoeback hasn't come back on the ground.
It is, and we spoke about this last week, the rotations, how hard Rosedale go with their rotations.
Yeah. It holds them in good stead.
Later on in the game.
Yeah. So we'll get the monoculars on in a minute and see if I can see Shoeback anywhere. As Logan comes in. And that is a beautiful kick for goal. And Will Logan has his second. And they stretch it out to a game high now, 15 points. 8-5, 53 Rosedale. Sale City 5-8, 38. In fact, that might have
I
been
think Shoeback-
Moulton that kicked that forward. It was to
Shoeback
Logan.
is back on.
Oh, that's good. Nearly 15 gone. Third quarter, Hurricane higher scoreboard.
Going down to fullback.
He is. It's good to see. So there's McGuinness back in the ruck. They're 15 points in arrears now, the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Spencer Fox wins the tap. Comes out to Whitehill. Inside out. Torpedo mongrel punt. Evans wins it. They go inside now. Stuckey reads it best. Bouncing ball. Collects it. In front of the fast finishing Rand. Does well to Stuckey. Then he beautiful kick out to Spencer Fox.
Playing a lot higher this week, Spencer.
Yeah, he's played a fair bit in the ruck today at times. and
Yeah.
that's where he is at the moment. Up the wing.
Oh,
Off the hands of the pack. Ooh, off Benson's foot in front of Logan. It's the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in out of side.
and he's a good size too, Logan, when you have Spencer Fox down there as well.
He is. Some strong boys on
Yeah.
both sides. So it's Spencer Fox and McGuinness. Free kick against McGuinness
He's done it all day too.
on this occasion.
He's been pulled up for it.
So Spencer Fox. Not a great kick.
No.
It's going to get through though. Sastromosa runs it though. They go to ground. And we'll go to restart. So it's inside the 50 for Rosedale. They enjoy a 15-point lead.
Nice little buffer.
It is. Sale City wouldn't want them getting the next one, that's for
No,
sure.
definitely not.
McGuinness with the cherished left-hand tap across his body to Carmen. Up the wing. Harper Fox just standing in front of Chad Evans. Takes the mark. And beautiful
Kicks
kick
to
to
his
his
brother.
brother. Gives it off to Declan Barnett. He lowers his eyes and kicks to the space of Logan. It bounces kindly for him. He's quickly wrapped up by Atuka Bignell. Comes out to Whitehill. Runs away from Barnett. Takes a bounce. High ball. Driscoll comes across the front and just bang
And
out
that's
over the boundary.
Declan Barnett and Jackson Whitehill on the ground having a go at each other again. They just can't help themselves, those two.
Hasn't stopped. No. Boundary throw in. McGuinness double-hander out the back. Finds Gray. He's quickly
Oh.
wrapped up. Tolner round the body. Declan Carstairs is there. So is Evans. Comes off the front to Spears. Taken high by Evans. So Spears squares it up to his coach. Has Caleb Barnett. If he wants him, he goes to him now. Has all the time in the world. Can just stroll away.
Which is a big worry.
It is to Stuckey.
It's becoming too easy.
Out of side of the ground. They're pressed up here, the Bulldogs. Umpire Stuckey to play on and kicks it out on the full. And it'll be Troy Carstairs that'll take the free kick out of side of the ground. Carstairs. High ball. Harper Fox is underneath it. Evans at the back. Comes out the back there. It was flicked on from Rand, but it's Spears that mops it up. Spencer Fox, centre wing position, Sports Stream Live side of the ground. He marks in front of Sellings. Then Spears. Gee, that's really good running. Back into the side today. He's run around a lot today. Covers the ground. Lockie Spearings, and ball's fisted out over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. Left half forward for the Rosedale side.
Sale City starting to look quite tired.
Yeah, they are. Boundary throw in. McGuinness taps to the front. Barnett, just shrugs the tackle. Kick's not great. It's going to carry the line out of bounds on the full. And it'll be Atuka Bignell bringing it back into play.
I'm glad you said that.
I like the name. Goes to the coach. Shoeback has Carmen short. Asking players to come at him. Troy Carstairs does well in the end, diving forward. Sells some candy. Gets it up the line, out of side. Driscoll gets his fist to it from behind Evans. It's Chad Evans. Out of side the ground between wing and half forward for Sale City.
Yeah, they need an injection. They need a Kane Martin just to give them something. They're very stale at the moment.
They have only added the behind this quarter.
Yeah.
20 minutes of footy where 2 goals the home side have kicked. It's all McGuinness on his own here, so he takes it out of the ruck, feeds it off to the best man on the ground for mine.
Around his
I reckon
neck.
he was taken high too, McCulloch. He was, from Harper Fox. He's probably the leading player, isn't he, for the Crown Hotel Player of the Day.
Yep.
Cross to Carmen.
He's had a lot of it too, Carmen.
He has.
He's nothing spectacular, but he gets the job done.
He's honest, isn't he?
Yep.
O'Shea to Shoeback. Short to McCulloch. Knocked up getting the footy today. Goes towards centre half forward. Out the
He's got
back.
it.
He's got the hands on that. He read that really well. Just smart play because everyone else was going in under and young Declan Carstairs read it best.
And what an important opportunity this is.
Hasn't got one today. He's had the best man to teach him how to do this.
Yeah,
His
he's
dad.
old man. Yep.
The left footer comes in. That's sitting right, and it's going to stay right.
So more scoring shots now, but you're 14 points down.
Yes.
So it's not the lack of opportunity.
Wind has died. So
yeah, it's not playing any effect.
No, as it was in the first half down right of screen, of which Sale City kick. Stuckey. Over the head, hands through the hands of Sastrom in the end to Diamond, and he's wrapped up by Benson. Get a restart. Out of half forward flank for Sale City. 22 minutes gone in this third quarter, and they haven't kicked a goal. Martin just pushes his opponent off the ball. That was Cariuano. Feeds it back to McCulloch. Good tackle from Atley. Safstrom wrapped up by McCulloch.
Great second effort. He's been super.
He certainly has. McGuinness. Atley. Oh, did he drop it?
Yeah.
But did anyone have him? War. Martin to McCulloch. On the left foot. Again, Driscoll. I'll tell you what, he's really close to the Crown Hotel Player of the Day as well. The coach, Michael Driscoll.
He's just a brick wall.
He is, and in a 14-point game with 10 lead changes, he's probably been the difference in why they're in front. He just knocks up reading it, and the intercept king comes back into play. McGuinness wins the tap. Whitehill. Chased down by Edney, comes out to Reed. Gets his handball away. Edney does well, gives it to Logan. Long way from home. Will Logan up towards the wing. Spencer Fox has got to beat 2 here.
Did
Wants
really
the boundary and gets it.
Yep, did really well.
And that was Bowman and Atsuka Bignall he had to beat, and he did it.
I've said it for a few times now that we've seen Rosedale. It's such a luxury, those 2 Fox brothers. They're such big lads, and they're only young. They're only going to get better and better.
He's got 2 today, Spencer Fox. He's played a fair bit in the ruck as well, as McGuinness wins that from Harper Fox, takes it out of the ruck, feeds the handball off to McCulloch. He's got to be up around 30 possessions, I would imagine.
I think he's feeling crook. He's got leather poisoning, I think.
And it's that outer side. We went for a walk earlier, and it's quite heavy.
Yes.
That outer side of the wing. Well, the rest of the ground's okay.
Yes.
That outer wing is quite heavy, where he has played a lot of the day.
So they would have had about 20 mil of rain. Was it Thursday, Friday?
I notice Oscar Smith's gone to him now, McCulloch, so they're manning up on him pretty solidly because he's just had so much of it. So a restart again. Round half forward for Sale City. 24 and a half gone. Ooh, thrown out from McGuinness to Whitehill. Doesn't mind dancing. And he's done a little bit too much on that occasion. And I reckon if you go back to the interview we had with Jacob Schuback
said the same
post-game, he might have said he tries to do a little bit too much at times.
Yep. But you take the good with the bad.
That's right. Barnett goes short to Bruce. Back to where it come from, this time to Harper Fox. He's going to come to this side of the ground on the left foot. Chopped off from Reed in front of Driscoll. Been good, this little fella too.
Yeah.
Nothing of him.
This is who you wanted a footy.
Martin, look at that
Straight
kick.
away.
And over the back. Oh, then he works himself to the front. Was McGuinness. Just didn't hold the mark. Stuckey gets it from Harper Fox. Handball to no one in particular over the top. Caleb Barnett wins it. Play on, kick round the corner towards goal, bouncing ball. I tell you what.
There's your goal of the day.
And I reckon that was Declan Carstairs.
No,
No, it wasn't. Just got the glasses on. I'm just waiting to see who that was. What a goal, and it is definitely the Finch Cafe.
Yeah, Nicholas Rand.
Goal of the day. Was it Nicholas Rand?
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't done a hell of a lot today, but what he has done, he's the leader at the moment.
Super goal and a timely goal. They needed that goal.
It was a ripper, wasn't it?
Yep. Into time on.
Nicholas Rand, what a goal.
Yep.
Takes him on to 6-9-45. Back to 8 points, 8-5-53, Rosedale, 26 and a half gone. Martin takes it away.
Getting busy.
Goes towards the boundary and finds it. Well, it's going to take a special goal to beat that.
Yeah.
And that is your dead set leader.
A snap on the 50-metre arc and to put it through.
Dribbling ball through.
Yep.
Absolute ripper. Back into play. Sallings feeds it out to Johnson. He's wrapped up by Barnett. Comes out to Whitehill from the stoppage. Runs away from Atley. Inside 50. Gee, done well. Driscoll again. From over the back of Evans. He's been good in his first game back. Spears.
Yeah.
Short ball. Good strong hands from Jay Diamond in front of Johnson. So Diamond kicks straight into the arm of Johnson as he pats him on the head. No one likes that. And out over the boundary line. Nearly 28 minutes gone. It's back to 8 points.
Still got no idea here.
There's no wind advantage at all, as there was in the second quarter, so it doesn't matter where you're kicking in the last. Harper Fox feeds it out. Sallings wins it and tackled by Bruce, goes to ground. McGuinness out over the top. Reed to Johnson. Up towards centre half forward. Stuckey, geez, he's been good today.
Yep.
Up towards Spencer Fox. Great pair of hands and quickly feeds it off. Handball was at the toes of his teammate, so makes it hard. Atsuka Bignell does well. Whitehill, been good too. Got to get rid of the footy. He gets the high tackle low.
And he's going to get it.
He does. He lifts that shoulder.
Well, he's only a little fella, isn't he?
He done very well then in the end to win the free kick. Up the line. Coming across the front of that with real courage was Rowan Diamond. Comes off the hands of the pack, out over the boundary line, right in front of the Sale City coach's box. In fact, Rosedale coach's box, sorry.
Just looking on the screen there, Harper Fox doesn't look too great. He's looking quite sore there.
In fact, that was Paulie, not Diamond. So Paulie in the ruck with McGuinness. Wins the tap. Out the side to Diamond, all wrapped up. AGL, Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round. All thanks to Willaton Transport, our match of the round sponsor. McGuinness Martin's in there. So the first part of this quarter, it looked like they might run away with this Rosedale. They've come back a bit, the Bulldogs.
Just hanging around.
Only kicked the 1-2, but they've stopped them from scoring now. They kicked 2 early goals and it's dried up. And at three-quarter time, Rosedale, 8-5-53. Hold that 18 point.
8 points.
8 points. What am I? My maths gone out the door. Sale City, 6-9-40.
Fascinating last quarter coming.
It is. It is going to be a ripper. On the Hurricane Hire scoreboard, it's 8 points to the home side, Rosedale. And it is the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz Mental Health Round, brought to you by Willaton Transport. The Sports Stream Live match of the day. We'll be back here on the other side of this break. It's Rosedale by 8 points.
BP to Ralgan East, day or night from few to a feast. BP to Ralgan East, from a wicked brew coffee to washing the beast. BP to Ralgan East.
Water. It's a part of life and we all depend on it. We spray it and play in it. At Davey, we move it around, clean it and provide the right pressure at the right time. To help you do this, run one of these and wash her. We're Australian made and made for Australia. So when you depend on this, need to do this, or just want one of these, you can depend on Davey.
Welcome back to Rosedale for the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz Mental Health Round of 7 in the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League match of the round, and it's Rosedale by 8 points, 8-5-53 to Sale City 6-9-45. Matty Mosley, you got some scores from around other grounds?
I sure do. It's Glengarry 6-8-44 to Hayfield 12-7-79. Woodside 9-9-63 to Gormandale, 4 goals straight. This is a bit of an interesting one. TTU 12-12-84 to Yallourn North 2-5-17.
Wow.
And Yarram 10-14-74 to Churchill 4-5-29. getting away there from the Cougars.
And in netball, Rosedale 28, Sale City 58, TTU 57, Willaton North 42, Woodside 31, Gormandale 40, Glengarry 36, and Hayfield 58. Goal kickers here in this game. For the Sale City side, Whitehill has 2, and then it's all singles, and they are to Martin, Troy Carstairs, McCulloch, Rand, who's leading the Finch Cafe goal
Ripper
of the day. And for Rosedale, it's 2 to Heathcote, 2 to Logan, 2 to Spencer Fox, and then singles to Safstrom and Riley Atley. And the sun's out. It's been a beautiful day here at Rosedale. And we're just about to get underway in the last quarter here at Rosedale. Great crowd. No one's left. 4 points at quarter time was the lead to Sale City. 4 points at half time to Rosedale. And Rosedale now lead by 8 points and the ball's in the air. Harper Fox wins the tap. Safstrom, tackle. Goes to ground. Restart.
Not walking well, Harper Fox. He looks very sore there.
McGuinness out over the back. O'Shea comes in off his wing. Just couldn't collect it. Safstrom can. Feeds it out to Spears. Oh, really good grab. That kick was meant for Logan, but just sticking out the big right Duke was Mitchell Evans. Takes the mark. Goes up the wing, out of side of the ground. And here he is, McCulloch. I just can't toss up between him and Driscoll for the Crown Hotel player of the day at the moment.
Yeah, they both played super.
So McCulloch on the wing, out of side of the ground. Umpire keeps calling him around. He's just laughing at him. So comes around on that left foot. He uses that a bit, and it's awkward-looking kick. And there he is. They're the two contenders that I've said.
They're kicking it to each other.
You don't want to do that when you're leading the Crown Hotel player of the day. Kick it to the bloke that's probably right on your heels.
Yep.
Goes back. So they still control the footy. Paulie. Stuckey. Takes a bounce. 2 bounces. 3 bounces. Wow. The third bounce was 3 inches after the second. He's just put pressure on himself and kicked it out on the full.
Yep.
Johnson will take the free kick. Centre wing position. Right in front of the stand. Bouncing ball. Rosedale. Barnett.
Oh, that was always going to happen.
High tackle,
You know who would have done that? Old Jackson Waddle.
Whitehill on the mark as Barnett up the line. In front of the Sale City coach's box now. Good mark. Strong mark there to the Bulldog in Mitch Evans. Oh, don't know about the kick. Oh, and then just turning the handball over was Bowman. It's tapped out. It's a comedy of errors there. The umpire says, look, this is laughable.
I'll start it again.
Yes. So it'll be Spencer Fox in the ruck with McGuinness. McGuinness just nudges him out under it, and they both go to ground and dive across it. Safstrom. Oh, McCulloch was away.
He was.
The umpire says we'll restart.
His work rate's huge.
It is.
He was just here.
Yes. Over both sides of the ground. There's no doubt about that as Spencer Fox wins the tap. And out over the boundary line. Another boy limping there, and that time it's Bruce. Here it comes. McGuinness. Oh, beautiful tap to Martin. Left foot round the body. Bouncing ball. Rand was there. He's the leading contender for the Finch Cafe goal of the day. Carmen, all wrapped up. Did he get his handball away? Umpire says yes. There's Barnett.
Yeah, he's not looking crash hot either.
Up limping. Just holding on to Whitehill.
He was.
To keep upright. Johnson, round the body. Bouncing ball out over the top. Troy Carstairs. Geez, he trapped that well. Onto the left foot. Inside 50, but trickling ball in front of Chad Evans. Out over the boundary line.
They haven't had a lot of clean entries, have they?
No.
Sale City. If you're a forward, it's been very difficult for Sale City.
So it's only about 30 metres around from the Sale City goal. They trail by 8 points. They need to get one here. It's not going anywhere. As Whitehill's ridden on that occasion by Diamond.
And he's given a free kick away.
He has. And it'll go to Jay Diamond.
That had to be a perfect kick.
And it was. They go across to the other side of the ground now to Lazaro. Just taking his time.
Oh,
Called to play on. That's holding the ball.
He's given 50.
Oh, someone called play on. Was it not an umpire? I heard
Yeah, I
through
heard
the
it as
effects
well.
mic.
Yeah.
I heard play on, so it might have been a player. So anyway, Lazaro gets the kick. Inside 50. Fox with a one hand goes back on it. Couldn't complete the mark. Umpire will bounce it. Left forward pocket for Rosedale. McGuinness taps it towards the boundary. A couple of years ago that was deliberate.
It was.
I'm glad they changed that rule, actually. So we'll get a boundary throw in. Left forward pocket for Rosedale. 5.5 minutes into this last quarter. They enjoy an 8-point lead as they did at three-quarter time. Fox wins a tap out towards Spears. Just gets a little tap on it again. Whitehill. He's wrapped up by Fox. So it's Spencer Fox. McGuinness wins the tap. Hurry, kick forward. Wrapped up by Sellings. Gets a handball. Finds the boundary line.
Just looks like Lachlan Carman doing a defensive role on Driscoll there.
Pushing the back, I think. Yes.
Yep.
Against McGuinness to Spencer Fox. And it was the shallow boundary throw in that frustrated McGuinness then.
You've got to expect that, though. They're only kids at the end of the day.
That's right. Being the bigger man,
Yeah.
who's in height,
Yep.
probably should hold the front spot.
That's right. Just knowing the situation.
Yeah, make Spencer Fox get around you because there's every chance he'll kick this.
Yep.
So he's got two for the day, one in the first, one in the second. Goes around to the right to get more distance, sits it up. It's not going to come back. Sitting underneath it was Sale City. Through the hands, out over the boundary line. So I'll have a boundary throw in. Right forward pocket for Rosedale. Still no score added by either side after 7 minutes of footy. Not much happening there, so the umpire's going to restart that again. The rotation's still flying on and off the ground for Rosedale. Oh, left foot snap around the corner, but the Bulldogs just quarterback that, come back out through to Sellings. Martin making some room. Handball. Oh, then just a really out of my territory, not my problem,
Yeah,
your
that's
problem.
exactly right.
And has hit Spears, who lowers his eyes and hits up Declan Barnett. And I reckon you could put your glasses
It's
down
a
on this
beautiful
one.
kick.
Was that Atsuka Bignell that kicked that?
Yeah, I think.
It was either him or Bowman.
There's just no intent. Like, you're only 10 minutes into the last quarter. You're down by 8 points.
In fact, it was Bowman. So the handball from Sellings probably shouldn't have even gone there, but he just kicked it out of his area and didn't want the problem. As Barnett comes in, geez,
lovely.
Beautiful style, and he have a look at that. That could quite easily have just cost you the game of footy.
Yep.
Putting it in his hands, and that's his first for the day. Declan Barnett and Rosedale now go on to 9 goals, 5.59. 14-point leaders over Sale City, 6-9-45, nearly 9 minutes gone in the last quarter on the Hurricane higher scoreboard. It's AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz Mental Health Round, round 7, thanks to our great friends. The match of the round sponsor, Willaton Transport.
Makes it tough now for Sale City.
Does. Certainly does.
Got to get 3 goals and they've only kicked 6 for the day.
Fox wins the tap. Toe poke from Safstrom. Goes in after it again. Taps it forward. Sallings does well. Line turns out but gives it straight to Berry. Berry onto his left foot. Just sits it up for Spencer Fox, who takes a chest mark. Inside 50. He's only 30 out on an angle, but we know how good a kick he is. And they're telling him
Yep.
to kick the goal.
Go back and have a shot.
Been a mighty effort of Harper Fox, because you've been saying for a while he's limping, and he still is heavily.
Yeah, he's sore.
Still out there working hard.
Yep.
So Spencer Fox has 2. Goes right and
If that
just
shot was in
stays
the
right.
first 2 quarters, it would have gone through.
Yeah, the wind has really dropped off.
Would have
hasn't it?
come around nicely.
So 15-point lead. It blew out to that in the early stages of the third. They come back, Sale City. That's a nice kick in from Schuback,
Oh,
looking for McGuinness, but Carmen gets in front and takes it. Got a good pair of hands, Carmen.
he does. He's kicked it straight to Driscoll, though.
It's happened a lot. He really is that modern-day defender, isn't he?
Yeah.
Michael Driscoll.
Yep, plays it perfectly.
Yes. So he just goes short up the line. The kick wasn't great. Gets through his teammate Nedney, and then
Whitehall.
Whitehill again, and
Yep.
they come at him. Oh, they all come at him, and it's on. So the best thing the umpires can do here is ball
Just
it up or throw it in,
let it
whatever it
play.
is. If it went out over the boundary line, just throw it in. And the umpires pulled a free kick. It's going to go to Rosedale to Edney.
And oh,
Now it's going to be reversed because of Barnett. Is it? Or is it downfield? Sorry.
I think it was Whitehill. He
Whitehill
dropped
against
him,
Barnett.
Dropped
yeah.
him after.
Sorry to Declan Barnett. It was
That's
against
been
Whitehill.
brewing all day.
It has. So Rosedale. It's in the hands of Spears. He's just outside forward 50. Sends him inside. Gee, that was courage.
Yeah, that was.
And he's been hit too, but he just stood under it knowing what was coming, Mitchell Evans.
Yep.
And he's taking a while to get up.
Right in the back of the head there.
As we see here, he just
Yeah.
stood under it. Real courage.
Elbow.
Purely accident by the looks of it. But
He's struggling.
he is. He might blacked out a little bit there
Yeah.
because let's hope he's okay. He's at least there is a bit of movement. He's not out cold from what I can see. He's moving.
There is a soft spot in the back of the head there. It might have collected him.
He's
Yeah.
moving. But they'll take him off. There's no doubt about that.
I think he's trying to get up and he's struggling. Even, yeah.
Takes real courage this game when you're in that position.
Yeah. You know you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
It's not a nice feeling.
It's the worst feeling when you know it's coming.
Yep.
And you just got to stand there. A lot don't. He did. So it took incredible courage from Mitch Evans.
Yep.
Let's just hope he's okay.
He's alert, which is a good thing.
Yeah. So we won't see him again today. By the looks of that, for sure.
What is it now? Is it 14 days or 21 days protocol?
I think
But I think it's gone up to 21.
I think it is in local footy. Because they don't get the full-time care that
AFL players would get.
full-time
Yeah.
professional footballers get, because it's 14 days in the
Yes.
AFL, isn't it?
Yep.
So it's McCulloch that will take the kick in the last line of defence as Mitch Evans heads off the ground, and they didn't use the interchange. They took him straight to the boundary.
Yeah, so he definitely won't be back.
Yeah, so knowing that he won't come back, let's hope he's okay. Short kick, dangerous. Whitehill made that look better than what it was. He about turns and heads off. Beautiful kick over the top.
Got to turn and go.
Really good footy to Declan Carstairs. He'll want that left foot. He plays on, takes a bounce. Just putting himself under pressure, bouncing it.
Bouncing
so
5
close.
metres.
And then handball come back to him and he lost it. Reed lays a tackle. Rosedale get the kick away. Goes over the head of Sanderman. Bouncing ball. Fox round the body. Open goal square. It's 2 Bulldogs, 1 Blue. Oh, he's come back to lay the shepherd. Missed, actually, Bowman. So it allowed Logan to come back, but they mop it up to Johnson. No harm done. Johnson is going to turn this over. He's put it straight down the throat of Harper Fox in the middle of the ground. He quickly plays on the left foot. Oh, coming across, doing really well. Getting his fist on that was Johnson. Finding the boundary line. So of a boundary throw-in out of side of the ground. 15 minutes gone last quarter. 55 around from the Rosedale goal. McGuinness and Fox. Ping balling through McCulloch, Fox and McGuinness. Tolner kicks into the middle of the ground. Gets a bounce. Someone not happy with the umpire saying that you were pretty close to that. I think that's what he said.
I do think that was a free kick.
McGuinness out the back. Beautiful tap to Martin. He's always coming back to that left side. Handball's not good. He's turned it over to Atley. He's slung to the ground by Gray. No harm done. For a bounce down in between the centre and centre half forward for Rosedale. McGuinness just moves Fox underneath it and taps it out. Martin has his kick smothered by Atley. Comes out to Barnett, feeds it back. Hurried kick forward inside 50. Comes out to Logan. Umpire said incorrect disposal, so Sanderman will take the free kick for the Bulldogs. Centre half back, short left foot kick to Tolner. Been good, young fella. Into Martin in the middle of the ground, who's been serviceable. On the left foot, long raking kick off the hands of Stuckey. He goes in after it again, but intercepted. It's whizzing around. Carstairs gets around. That's holding the ball.
It is.
Free kick will go to the Blues. Berry. Caleb Barnett. Ooh, not a great kick. It's not who you want to kick it to. Shoeback. Sun right in his eyes. Short. This is gettable from here for Kane Martin.
You'd know best. You have coached him.
When he was 20, he probably would have kicked it. He's 38 now, I think. But he is a beautiful kick. He's going to get around him because he wants to have a go at this. He does. Gets onto the left foot, misses to the right, misses everything.
A lot.
$15-point lead still. 17.5 gone last quarter. The AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz. Mental health round. Remember, it's okay not to be okay. Towards Declan Barnett. Comes off his hands. Fed out the back. Shoeback. High ball. They sit underneath it. War. Diamond. Stuckey. Caleb Barnett. Torp out of trouble. Gets it up towards the wing, out of side of the ground. Logan goes to ground. Reed's in there. He's tackled by Logan. Berry on the outside. Logan just holds that ball underneath Reed to get a restart. And that's exactly what the umpire does. Out of wing position. Wind's kicking up again over that side.
Yeah.
Look at those trees.
Starting to move again.
McGuinness comes out to Safstrom. Kicked the first goal of the game against his old side today and be happy with that. Tolner. McCulloch. McGuinness. Goes up towards half forward. Geez, Martin did well. He was out of position on Atley. Driscoll mops up. Goes towards centre half forward. Coming out is Benson. Good tackle. Umpire said didn't have prior. Really good tackle from Heathcote. So just waits for the ruckman. They're tired. They've worked hard, these two boys.
They have, all day.
McGuinness and Harper Fox. Spears. Berry. Inside 50. Turns it over. Straight down the throat of Bowman. Wants to come this side of the ground and does. So just trying to control this outside. The kick's not great. Over the head of his coach, Shoeback, Atley. Onto his left foot. It's a 1-on-2. Two Bulldogs. Fox gets it to ground. He's done this twice today in a 2-on-1 and won it. Benson. Once
Another
the
good
boundary
result.
Gets it. Yeah. So right forward pocket for the Rosedale side. Nearly 20 minutes gone. You would think they hold on from here with a 15-point buffer and hold that fifth spot with both Glengarry and Sale City breathing down the neck, both losing. So it gives them the buffer. They'll be happy with that as McGuinness wins the tap. Martin does the sharking, feeds the handball on the outside. All wrapped up is McCulloch in the Caruano tackle. Up again, Logan with McGuinness. McGuinness wins the tap. Goes to ground, feeds out to the outside. Martin's there. Taps it forward. Hurried kick forward. Up towards half back.
That's better.
It is a good pair of hands there by Evans. It's Chad. He lowers his eyes.
Better movement.
They're away. Oh. Just held on to it too long. Carstairs. That was Declan. Stuckey been really good up back for the home team. Not paying the mark. He reckons that was grounded before it got to... I reckon that might be Rowan Diamond.
Yep.
No, it's Paulie. So he thought he marked it. The umpire said no. Both ruckmen go early and ball comes to ground. Barnett's tackled by Martin. Going to be interesting for the Crown Hotel Player of the Day. The Finch Cafe Goal of the Day and the Gippsland Land Rover Mark of the Day. Stick around for that in the Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue post-game show, because you can win some tickets to that function on June 20 out at the Kernot Hall and Mall. It's 3 double passes worth, each double pass $300 worth if you win that. Handball comes out. Evans. Back to Reed. Gets around one. Handball's back inboard. Hurried kick forward. Defending well. The Blues. They'll just get a stoppage here and want a stoppage, and they do get it.
Just want to suck the time up now, Rosedale. Knock 3 or 4 minutes off the clock.
There's only been the 1 goal kicked in this quarter, so it won't be a hell of a lot of time on. Rosedale take it outside their defence. They go up towards centre half forward. It's really open. Logan and Bowman. Bouncing ball. Logan gets it. Then he's pushed off it by Bowman. He goes in after it, gets it, tackled. Restart. 30 metres out, directly in front of the Rosedale goal.
Those boys' hamstrings would have been screaming right there.
Certainly would have. Spencer Fox does the ruck
Oh.
with Sandeman, takes it out in the end, gets a hurry kick for a behind. A real low scoring affair in this last quarter. 16-point lead. Shoeback comes into Tolner. Oh, casually sticks the hand out and buys
tied.
time for Spears. Spears lays the tackle. So there's no ruckman within Cooey here. Is he going to wait or send 2 smalls up? He's just going to send it up.
That's good. Let it hit
Tolner
the ground.
lets it bounce to McGuinness. Over the top to Reed, but the boundary line beats him. Boundary throw in, out of sight of the ground, 60 metres around from the Rosedale goal. McGuinness. Just a nice little double-hander towards Whitehill. Out towards the boundary again. McGuinness in after it again. Wrapped up. Restart.
Just no intent from Sale City at all. Was it Rosedale with the pressure?
A lot of players around that.
Yeah.
Comes out to Whitehill. Oh, Barnett's got him.
Look out.
And he's going to get the free kick, so something will be said.
Yes, no doubt.
Quickly plays on. Oh, no. He's dropped him after the kick.
Yeah.
And he's going to get another 50-metre penalty against him. Or is it downfield? He got the kick away. It's downfield. Wow. That's a coach killer from Whitehill. He's been really good today, but he's brought a lot of his good work undone in this last quarter.
Yep.
So Logan gets the shot at goal.
Just frustration, I think.
Yeah. As Logan comes in, kicks for goal and kicks it. Shoeback, the coach, was on the mark, and he looked very dejected from that.
Yep.
So Will Logan becomes the outright leader, goal kicker of the day with his third, and puts it beyond doubt now at the 25-minute mark. 10-7-67 Rosedale leads Sale City 6-9-45, 25 and a half gone. A Hurricane higher scoreboard. Last quarter in the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round of 7. All brought to you by Willaton Transport.
It's just knowing your opposition. You know, Declan Barnett, he will go at you all day. That's the type of player he is. Just don't bite back at him. That's the best way to do it.
22-point lead, game high. They don't deserve that. So the undisciplined acts just can really hurt you.
Yep.
So ball back in the middle. Not much to play in this game now as McGuinness wins the tap, but Shark by Atley inside 50. Just standing underneath it was Bowman. He has McCulloch on the wide. Goes longer to O'Shea. Geez, he's played well, this boy Spears.
Yeah.
Just held off O'Shea, the bigger body, and read it really well. Goes up towards
nice
half
mark.
forward. He's got a great pair of hands, Spencer Fox. Doesn't let him down. Takes the mark. He's kicked 2 today. Inside 50. Big pack-up players, and it's Logan again, who has 3 and has the opportunity to put through his 4th.
When he's on fire like this, it gives the opportunity for Spencer Fox to go right up the ground, knowing that Logan's going to be deep. It's such a luxury to have.
Be interesting votes today for Crown Hotel.
It will be.
Because Lockie Spears has just entered my calculations.
Oh, okay.
I think he's been absolutely superb. And he's done things out of his weight division at times. That was just one of them. Logan is going to miss to the right. He just out-muscled O'Shea. That he's giving away about 15 kilos.
Yep.
Comes back into play looking for McCulloch.
Oh.
He's taken a strong mark in front of Atley. Gee, he's been good. Sound like a broken record, but wow. Fantastic game. McCulloch into the middle. Coming across the front of McGuinness was Diamond. Declan Carstairs gets his left boot to it. Turned over. Cariuano into the middle. Safstrom. Been quiet since half-time.
Yep.
Gets his toe to it. Goes back in after it. Geez, he fights hard though. Spencer Fox, here's a chance. Taps it. Goes towards 50. Wynn looks after him, holds its line, and he kicks his 3rd. And all of a sudden, this close game that had 10 lead changes in the first half, there's been none in the second half. Look at that, just really smart. Tapped it till it come up to him. Great kick for goal. Rosedale 11-8-74. Sale City 6-9-45. 29-point lead. Game high. 28.5 gone last quarter. Hurricane higher scoreboard.
Yeah, the scoreboard doesn't reflect the game at all. It was such a great, tight first half. Sale City have just run out of legs.
They've kicked 1 goal after half time.
Yep, and haven't really looked like scoring.
Sale City have kicked 5.
Yep.
McGuinness, great tap. McCulloch played a lone hand in the end for the Bulldogs. Goes inside 50. Overrunning it was Declan Carstairs. They're going to take this away through Diamond. Go to the members' wing. Bouncing ball. Oh, does really well. Does Moulton. Goes inside 50. Sanderman gets the fist on it. Ball goes to ground. Atsuka Bignell feeds it back. Johnson turns it over to Fox. It's Harper Fox, middle of the ground. Safstrom against his old side, is going to get a win.
Nothing better than beating your old side.
Quickly plays on. Look at the length and the kick and the space to Fox. Just he kicked it where he wanted Spencer Fox to go. Beautiful kick.
Yep, kicked it to the fat side of Spencer Fox, made him work into it. Lovely kick.
Kick 3. He'll become the outright leader. If he kicks this and get his 4th, will he go around the corner? Looks like he will. Or, well, he's straightening up. No, he's going to come in. Yeah, go around.
Yep.
So he comes around to the right foot, kicked it.
Oh, bent back.
It did late, didn't it?
Yes.
Ticked over 30 minutes now in the last quarter. And incredibly, it's a 5-goal lead. And at halftime, you would not have thought that. Here he is again. Spears. There's the siren.
Game over. Into the 5 for Rosedale.
Well, they were in there.
Well, they hold on to it.
They hold on to that. And going to make it hard for some sides now.
Yep.
So they did not score in the last quarter.
Yeah.
Sale City. And the home side were able to kick 3-4 to run out 5-goal winners. So Rosedale, 11-9-75, have run out 30-point winners over Sale City, 6-9-45. That's been in the AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz mental health round. Thanks to Willaton Transport for the sponsorship of the round. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, so much to get through. We've got to give the Crown Hotel Player of the Day, the Finch Cafe Goal of the Day, the Gippsland Land Rover Mark of the Day. Remember those 3 and remember who wins them. And email me, brad@sportstreamlive.com.au by midday on Monday to go in the running for some tickets to the La Trobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue. We'll be back here for the TRFM post-game show after this short break. It was Rosedale by 30 points.
BP to Ralgan East, day or night from few to a feast. BP to Ralgan East, from a wicked brew coffee to washing the beast. BP to Ralgan East.
Water. It's a part of life and we all depend on it. We spray it and play in it. At Davey, we move it around, clean it and provide the right pressure at the right time. To help you do this, run one of these and wash her. We're Australian made and made for Australia. So when you depend on this, need to do this, or just want one of these, you can depend on Davey.
Welcome back to the Rosedale ground, where Rosedale have run out winners by 30 points, 11-9, 75 to Sale City 6-9, 45. Matt Mosley, have you got some scores from around the ground?
I do, but I don't know if they're fully updated
Just
yet,
give
but
them
we'll
what
go
we
through with what we got.
Yep.
Glengarry 9-12-66 to Hayfield 14-8-92. Woodside is 9-9-63 to Gormandale, 4 goals, but that hasn't changed since half time.
Oh, well, it says here they've won by 39 points.
Okay,
So that would be a final score.
that's interesting.
Yeah, Woodside, Gormandale haven't kicked a goal after half time.
Yep. TTU 16-15, 111 to Yallourn North 4-8-32, which is a massive surprise for me. And Yarram 10-17, 77 to Churchill 10-7, 67. So Churchill come home really hard.
Flown home the Cougars.
Yeah, they nearly got the win.
Wow. And here today, the goal kickers for Sale City was Whitehill got 2, and then they were all singles to Martin, Troy Carstairs, McCulloch and Rand, and they did not kick a goal, or they didn't score in the last quarter, and they only kicked 1-2 after half time, and they were only 4 points down at half time. They've lost by 5 goals. Goal kickers for Rosedale was 3 to Spencer Fox and 3 to Logan, 2 to Heathcote, and then singles to Safstrom, who kicked the first goal of the day against his old side, Declan Barnett and Riley Atley. And we'll go with the mark of the day firstly. And the mark of the day, thanks to Gippsland Land Rover. Now remember this, Gippsland Land Rover mark of the day has gone to Mitchell Evans from Sale City. He took a really, really strong mark in that second quarter. Wasn't a lot of great marks, but he was just so strong here. We've given him that mark, and he had a lot of heat coming from behind.
Yep.
And the goal of the day,
This was a ripper.
in the third quarter, on the right of screen, went to Sale City's Nicholas Rand from the boundary line. Was an absolute beauty, and I'm just going off what you told me because I couldn't say it. So
Only goal for the second half for Sale City, this one.
that was an absolute ripper, wasn't it? So the Finch Cafe goal of the day has gone to Nicholas Rand. So remember that. Now we've got to do our Crown Hotel Player of the Day, and this is the way that you'll win some tickets to the Latrobe's biggest ever blokes barbecue. Let's have your 3, 2 and 1.
Okay, well, I've gone 3 to the coach of Rosedale, Michael Driscoll. He just set the game up perfectly. I gave 2 to Will Logan. I thought he was really good.
Kicked 3.
Yeah, he was really good. And I gave 1 to Sale City's Kane McCulloch. I thought he was arguably their best player by a long way.
Yeah, we're going different. And I can tell you the medal looked like it was won by Declan Barnett, who
Yeah.
we give the Crown Hotel Player of the Day last week.
Yep.
I didn't have him in my 3 either.
No, I didn't either.
I went 1 to the coach of Rosedale, Driscoll. I just thought he might have quietened off in that last quarter.
He went on the bench.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably why he quietened off. It's pretty hard to play well from there. So I went 1 vote to him. I went 2 to McCulloch.
Yep.
I actually went Lockie Spears for 3.
You liked him, didn't you?
I just thought, and I mean, that's tough on McCulloch. So what were your 3, 2, 1 again? Who was your 3?
Driscoll. Michael Driscoll.
Yeah. Your 2?
Will Logan and Kane McCulloch got 1.
Driscoll wins it.
Yep.
Because on numbers, on countback.
Yep.
So Mick Driscoll is the Crown Hotel Player of the Day. So remember those 3. And the sponsors. And get them off to me at brad@sportstreamlive.com.au by midday Monday. I'd do it right now if you're sitting in front of the computer.
Nice and easy.
Now. Get it done now because you're going to win tickets to the greatest show on earth, Latrobe's biggest ever blokes barbecue on Friday, June the 20th at the Kernot Hall in Morwell. This is the TRFM post-game show. So make sure you get those in. They've run out 30-point winners today, have Rosedale, and I reckon we've got someone limping over here. Looks like a player putting the ball on the ground in the middle. No, it's all right. We're just going to hang 5 for a minute to see if Mick Driscoll does come over for a chat. It's a long way over the other side of the ground, so we'll just give it a couple of minutes, and I'll go through some netball scores for the day. Right throughout the AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League, and hopefully these are final scores. I don't know if they're all been updated, but Rosedale 28, Sales City 58, TTU 57, Willaton North 42, Woodside 31, Gormandale 40, Glengarry 36, Hayfield 58. I don't think they've been updated, to be completely honest, because I can remember those scores from a fair way back. So right now, that makes it difficult on a couple of sides now with Glengarry losing. So what happens is that Rosedale go to 14. Willaton North lost.
Yep.
So Rosedale go above Willaton North. Rosedale are sitting 4th.
Wow. Okay.
Willaton North will drop to 5th, and then it will be Glengarry in 6th and Sales City. They'll stay in 6 and 7. Actually, Yarram win. They go to 12.
Yep.
They jump above them. So Yarram will go to 6th. Rosedale go to 4th. Willaton North will go to 5th, and it'll be Glengarry 7th, Sales City 8th.
Wow.
That's how it will pan out after today, which has been an incredible day of footy here. I can tell you that 10 lead changes in the first half here at Rosedale, and it was 4 points at quarter time to Sales City, 4 points at half time to Rosedale. As I said, we had 10 lead changes, but after half time, they just ran away, particularly that last quarter. They were 8 points up at three-quarter time, Rosedale, but Sales City were unable to score in that last quarter, whilst the home team kicked 3 goals for and ran out 30-point winners in the AGL Loyang and Mindful Of's mental health round of 7 in what was, in particular, the first half, a really entertaining game.
Great first
of
half.
Footy. Better players for Sales City. I mean, McCulloch was their best player, wasn't he?
He was superb.
I thought Tolner was good.
Yeah, it was their young brigade. So even Austin War, he started off really well as well.
Yeah. You could say Whitehill, but geez, he brought his good work undone a couple of times.
Yeah, gave away too many frees.
Yeah, and it just sends. Not only does it send a bad message, but it can really deflate. And it looked like at one stage
Critical
when Logan
time.
kicked a goal, Shoeback's on the mark after a free kick downfield after dropping Declan Barnett.
Yep.
And Jacob Shoeback looked so dejected on the mark when Logan kicked that goal. So you can bring your work undone, and I reckon he did that. I reckon Dane McGuinness was very good.
Yes.
In the ruck.
Yeah. He dominated most of the game.
Yeah, I thought he worked really hard. And I thought Sellings at times and Benson worked hard. Martin was in and out, but was okay. Carstairs started really well, and then he faded out, but was hurt a couple of times.
Yeah.
And the one that worries me, and I hope he's okay, was Mitchell Evans, who copped an accidental elbow to the back of the head in a marking contest from Spencer Fox. So hopefully he's okay.
All right, yep.
He took his time getting up. And we're nearly ticking over to 5 p.m, which means we won't get a post-game interview with the winning coach, Michael Driscoll, which makes it really difficult. We are on the opposite side of the ground. They've had a good win. They go to 4th position, the Rosedale side, so they're going to be up and about during the week. And I can tell you, next week in AGL Loyang North Gippsland Football Netball League of Round 8, we'll see Sales City at home to Yarram. That's got a lot in it.
It
that
does.
keeps them in the
It
game.
does.
Sales City, if they can win that,
Yep.
they need to win that. Willaton North are at home to Rosedale.
That turns into
4th
an
and
absolute
5th.
ripper. Yep.
It is an incredible game of football.
Yep.
Gormandale are at home to TTU. Hayfield at home to Woodside.
Some good games next week.
And then the Sports Stream live match of the round is Cowar v Glengarry at Cowar. And we'll be out there calling that game. Church will have the bye. I can tell you that was supposed to be, and that was earmarked early in the season, this Cowar Glengarry game is the live stream game, because it was the 25-year type North Gippsland thing.
The amalgamation or
Yes,
something like that?
Yeah. Well, they got the date wrong. They're a year out.
Oh, you're joking.
Cancelled during the week. I got an email
Oh,
on it.
no.
So the game stands because right now you'd think Hayfield Woodside would be the game.
That'd be a great game.
You'd go out and do, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So we'll be at Cowar for the Cowar Glengarry game, unless that game gets changed. Yeah, it was the 25 years of North Gippsland, and they got the date wrong, and yeah, so that's unfortunate. But I can tell you that you know who the Crown Hotel Player of the Day, Finch Cafe Goal of the Day, and Gippsland Land Rover Mark of the Day is. Get that off to me, Brad at sportsstreamlive.com.au. Thanks to all our sponsors today, Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue. Always look after the pre-game show. This match was brought to you by Willaton Transport and our great sponsors of the scoreboard, Hurricane Hire, Crown Hotel, Finch Cafe, and Gippsland Land Rover. It's got a fair run today. And the halftime show was also brought to you by Latrobe's biggest ever Blokes Barbecue. And this has been the TRFM post-game show. And it's all thanks to AGL Loyang and Mindful Oz for the mental health round. What a game it's been. And they run out by 30-point winners today. Mick Robinson on the camera and Stephen Gregory on the buttons. To you, my big friend, Matty Mosley, great job again today. Thanks for your help.
Good job to you too, Brad.
And we will be tomorrow out at Yanar for the Gather Round Carnival of female football in Gippsland. It's going to be a big afternoon. And join us if you've got nothing to do. Join us, just tune in. We'll be...
say good day.
Say good day. If you're in the crowd at Yanar tomorrow, come over and say good day. Let's have a chat. It's going to be a big day. I reckon that's Michael Driscoll coming over now. No, it's not. It's someone from Rosedale or Sale City. We better get out of here before they do get here.
Yes.
Because we're going off air. Thanks for everyone for joining us today. Thanks to everyone who was here at the game. And most importantly, thanks to AGL on Loyang and Mindful Oz for the mental health round. This is Brad Sinclair signing off. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we'll be at Cowar next week against Glengarry. Bye for now.
BP to Ralgan East, day or night from fuel to a feast. BP to Ralgan East, from a wicked brew coffee to washing the beast. BP to Ralgan East.
Water. It's a part of life and we all depend on it. We spray it and play in it. At Davey, we move it around, clean it, and provide the right pressure at the right time. To help you do this, run one of these and wash her. We're Australian made and made for Australia. So when you depend on this, need to do this, or just want one of these, you can depend on Davey.